All right. Oh, again. Whoops, my bad. Um, I guess I could just leave it there for now. Oh wait, is the mic on? Yeah, mic's on. Let me change this real quick, and then I can look back at the camera. As you can see, I got some of the stuff a little updated. The camera angle's not set yet. I think I need to like shift it this way and then tilt it that like this. Yeah, that'd probably be better. But um let me see. Oh yeah, and then my shades are my blue light glasses are reflective, so you guys can see a little too much maybe. Oh wait, hold on. What's this? Is that? Oh, that's the tarp. Okay. Yeah, but as you guys can see, I think from last stream, yeah, I put up the waterproofing. I stapled all of it. Nice. I gotta fix up this my turf wall. Ordered some stuff. It should be coming tomorrow. And then I do want to, I think eventually I want to go without the green screen, like this green screen. Let me see. Without this, I think for today we're gonna use it, but because I didn't even intend for this, but oh, and then I'm gonna get stuff for over here. Um, there's a pipe there, so I just put it on the other side of the waterproofing or on this side so that it's a water pipe. Maybe have something go in front for like a top decoration. But one of my friends like the aesthetic, but she's also different, so maybe I don't listen to her. Um, but what's it called? The screen. I didn't even realize. So like I got a few other monitors now that I'm here, and my main setup is this. Like I have three monitors here for my main setup, and then my stream setup is here. So I could do cool things like here, let me see. I'm thinking about maybe I could even do it this stream. I just don't like how the background is just yet. So like, yeah, you guys can see. Yeah, see, the only problem is I don't want to show the roof stuff because obviously it's just like not cool. So maybe I'll do something else with it. But if I sit closer and then yeah, let me see. You guys can see. Oh no, I have to do it on this side. Oh yeah, you guys can see the timer on screen. But obviously, I could do other things like I could show the manga panels here instead, like of an overlay. So then I really like then it'd be really safe. You know what I mean? Because showing it directly on screen is different than like on screen but like through a camera, you know what I mean? So the observatory is looking pretty good. Yeah, yeah. See, the thing is I kind of have to go with the observatory name now because my wife really likes it. And so she once I got that W from her, she was like, yeah, you just got to go with the observatory. And it'll make sense. 3 days is probably not here, but it'll make sense why the observatory makes a lot more sense. I told my wife a few other things, but 3 monitors help. Yeah, I just like some of these monitors are old, but also my brother gave me some of his monitors, so I have a total of 5 screens here. So past lives, leaking in some other stuff. I don't even think. Oh yeah, you. So if anyone's wondering what's on the screens, um I have my One Piece. Like I'm gonna read off of this screen, which I can put on this screen if I really wanted to too, so you guys can see it. I have my chats here, so it's off to the side. My stream like my stream setup's over here on this monitor, and then on this one I have an Amazon order, and then just in case my wife texts, then I could like see it there or there, just in case it's an emergency, and then I have my research over here. So I got a decent layout. I mean, I do other things for other times, but that's just for stream. Which if there's like some internet person, then they could like zoom into my glasses. But I'm saving you the thing. I mean, the other things you guys can see with my messy table, which is also just messy because I've like mask for like working on the insulation areas. Like here it's fine, but when you're up and close to the insulation, you don't want to be breathing that. So got another staple gun there. Yeah, just in case someone was like, hey, what's reflecting on Par's glasses? Here you go. That's what there is. There's yeah. I guess I should like put my medicine over here. You guys wouldn't be able to see that anyways. I'm just self-reporting. Anyways, messy table is a sign of manliness. That's what I tell my wife all the time. Par said I'm in like a 2000 movie hacker. Wait, did I say I'm in? Wait, what did I say? Tony Stark. I'm not mad at that. Is he Doctor Doom yet? Is that a spoiler? Is he did that movie come out? Look, guys, yes, Par when you can't go on the yacht. Nah, not that psi coding, bro. If I won the lottery, you'd know. Turf wall is epic. Yeah, it's crazy because the turf stuff's like on sale. I thought it would be way more expensive, but my wife she's the one who finds all the deals. So she's the one who, because it's always been my dream to have like turf inside because I just like turf. Like, not I like turf. That sounds weird. I like the idea of this is like 7-8 years ago. I told my wife, and at that time it wasn't really accessible, and then it just showed up at BJ's, and I was like, damn, and it was on sale, $10 off. So for like, I think it was like $40 for, what is it, 5, 7, oh, it says it right there, I can't read it. 50 feet, no, that's not what it says. Oh, it's square feet. Oh, I can't read the other one. 5 times 7, something like that, right? Yeah, anyways, some reason Par dressed like Hiredin. No, not some reason. Wait, hold on. Bootsy Calico, that's a newer name. Indian Craven. No, that's intentional. I've been growing out my hair so I fit in Elbath, and then I got my my wife's fur coat to fit in with Elbath. The only thing that's not Elbathian right now is my glasses, but like, you know, I feel like it doesn't affect it too badly. I feel like Zorro with the glasses on, you know? I just stepped in, Wise Park giving me Craven. Dude, this is awesome. This is awesome. You know, like, that's an awesome, was it? It's not a meme. It's a meme that's not a negative meme. That also is like a truer meme, because this has now been like 8, 9, probably like 2 months. Have I been wearing this longer? Like 2 months ish of consistent new people, or not new people, but returning people seeing me and calling me Craven. So you know that it's real. You know what I mean? It's not like do this side profile, you look like the Chad meme. What do you mean? Oh, the Chad meme, the Giga Chad one. Yeah, I don't have strong enough face muscles yet. Soon I'll take was I do I guess like roids don't work on your face unless you work them out, right? Like if I took roids and just smiled a lot, would my face muscles get insane? Yeah, right? That's why people do the chewing thing, right? They take like tests and whatever, and then they start doing was it mewing? Yeah. Elbath smartest right here. Yeah, graduated from Walrus Academy. I don't know if I would rep Walrus Academy though. But yeah. Everyone know that at this point? I don't know what that was reference to, but ATP. Oh, I read the APT, the song. Apta. Apta. Yes, it changes your face too. Taking roids to Mew is a new level. Yeah, could you imagine? Yeah. I don't think I could ever like mess with roids, even if I wanted. Okay, like this is super tangential, but yeah, because of my whole medical thing, I feel like taking growth anything would be pretty bad, because then my cancer would be like, ooh, we got supplemental hormones, perfect. That's great, you know. So it's probably not a great idea for anyone with cancer to do that. Is an academy and a university the same thing? I don't think so. Honestly, is academies archaic, right? Like we don't have academies anymore. Greeting Saint Par the Second. That's a new one. Does Chopper? Yes, Chopper sells roids. 100%. 100p. Um. All right. Let's see how we're. All right. We're 15 minutes in. Oh, we could start this at. Oh, I thought it was 11:44, not 14:44. Um. Let me get this moving. Oh wait. I gotta put the green screen on. It's probably best to just do like this. Um. Yeah. There we go. Eventually I could do something interesting. But yeah, for now, we're just gonna lock it in with this. This will be an easy way for me to go and timestamp it too. 15 minutes in. Got my drink here, screen there, chats there. Oh, we got Absol, Unlucky Emperor, Mega Migs, Twitch chat, Astro Orbiter. Yeah, there's insulation under the vapor barrier. Oh yeah. Also, plan like usually if the chapter drops like later on a Thursday, we won't get Sai because then he's working on his video. But also he like it's too late to get him in because it's like a weird window. So because the chapter dropped a little later and streaming a little later, can't get Sai in. He might surprise us actually. It depends on him. We actually wrote chapter 1444 at the end by accident. Oh, look at that. Look at the mind rope. What's up, Fiso? What's it called? So usually I just stream on Friday to keep the timeline consistent because now like usually I stream when my son is napping and then what's it called? So like before stream it was a little late because my son just woke up and so I went to go say hi and play with him a little bit. Let me see. But also I had to stream today, even though it's a little later, because we usually record after one day. So if I stream Friday, then we record Sunday to give so I don't get burned out, and give some time for the chapter to breathe. Also, it works out because then you can see the Viz translations, which are pretty funny. Last Parcast, if you guys didn't see the end when I read allegedly that Stephen Paul doesn't know the saying like see the forest for the trees, or you can't see the you can't see the tree, something like that, whatever saying, and he's like, do you hear the woods, do you hear what the woods are saying? That was wild to me. Did you guys see that? Can I pull that up? Did they edit that? Because that would be phenomenal if they did. Wait, what? Why am I not logged in? Hello? Wait, hello? Wait a second. Where's my One Piece? Why didn't it automatically open? Give me a second. There we go. Boom. Wait, what? I'm so lost. Why isn't it just... Oh, I don't know how the Viz website works anymore. Huh. Anyways, point is that they had some funny translation, and it was really eye-opening. That obviously not eye-opening. Like it was a good example of why I need multiple translations. But yeah, so streaming today because then I can record on Saturday. Because Sunday is Eid, so Eid Mubarak to the people who are celebrating, and then good luck with the last few fasts that are coming on. So part streaming before Brago is crazy. What? How am I streaming before Brago? I thought I was late. Am I not? It says 2 hours. How's Brago usually streams like 4 hours before drop because he's VIP Hollywood status, so he gets like the chapter before it really drops. You know what I mean? Like. He gets the Walt, like I was gonna say the Walter White. I've been watching a lot of Breaking Bad shorts, but he gets the the exclusive drops. Brago fell asleep. Oh, that's probably it. Um, but yeah. That being said, we're good to go. So welcome to the knockup. Oh my god, I just had like brain fart. Welcome to the knockup stream with your host ParVision. Um, I'm looking this way a lot because I'm just making sure that my overlay is fine. My El Gato, if you guys don't remember last week, like completely pooped itself. So this time it's just double checking. Like I have no idea. I had to like uninstall and do like a repair on it on the app. Um, and it's showing the right screen too, right? Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. But yeah, that being said, we're here for chapter 1144. Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate everybody stopping by. Little pushed off. I think some people it's funny because like it's later, but I think some people prefer this time rather than like the noon time. But there's always going to be scheduling conflict. Is this time especially bad for European viewers? I think so, right? Because it's like, what is it, 9 p.m? No, 9 p.m is normal. If you're not watching me at 9 p.m on a Thursday, what are you doing, right? It's better than the late night streams, right? Um, but yeah, so we're here. Let me start the chapter and let me turn off the heater because it's about to get hot in here. Um, I don't know why I said that. Okay, we can start. Oh, the timer's not showing up. There we go. Good thing I double checked that. That's why we checked the overlay. Properties. Okay, we do this and then we do this. Done. Wait, what? What the heck? Wait, hold on. Give me a second. Why is my... Huh? My thing is not... Okay, give me a second, guys. I have to, like, reset this. I don't know why this just decided. There's always one thing. There's always something that just, like, poops itself. Okay, we're just gonna make a new one for now. Oh my gosh. Window capture, add source, new one, timer. Let's add it. There we go. You can crop it. Oh, that's why. I plugged in a different monitor, I guess, so the resolution's all scuffed. So my computer didn't like that, or Streamlabs didn't like that. I guess it pushed itself off. Okay, so let's drop it back. I guess that makes sense. All right, and then let me drop the opacity filters, edit, and then opacity. That should do it. That didn't do it. What the heck? How come that didn't do it? Let's do this one. Color key. There we go. Cool. All right. Should be good to go then. Oh, let me drop it down. There we go. All right, now we're good to go. Let me start that timer. Pop. Okay, timer's going. And chapter 1144, here we go. Nice sound. What was the sound? Wait, what sound did I make? Okay, don't distract me. I'm on the clock. All right. Chapter 1144. A time for warriors. Okay. A time for warrior. Wait, what? Wait, what? Oni Child Yamato and the Holy Inari Shrine Pilgrimage Volume 29. Liberating the Girls and Minamoto. Wouldn't it be... I feel like back in my day it'd be Minamoto and the girls. But I guess it's Minamoto and the Carpenter. I did watch like a short like on like a sentence structure in Japanese versus English and how it's like very interesting. pretty interesting. But liberating the girls. There was only 3. Didn't they make it feel like? Didn't they make it feel like I feel like they made it sound like hundreds were stolen. Um, that's interesting. That's interesting. Timer. Wait, the timer's going. Timer's here. You guys can't see it? Is it? Yeah, we got the timer. Yeah. Is it right here? Is it showing up? Timer. Wait. What's wrong with the timer? A minute 36? Yes? No timer? Do I stop the timer? Oh, it's blocked by my body? Okay, my bad. Tony Stark looking like a real Viking. But what's it called? Let's see. You know what's crazy about this actually? Besides the lack of women, Minamoto crying is another thing. Cause like, did they treat him badly? He looks fine. He doesn't have any boo-boos. Like, yeah, being kidnapped, but like I'm certain they paid him well, right? Like, even in the Kaido Orochi regime, he was chilling, right? He built Onigashima. He's balling, right? And then surely Who's Who wasn't upset at this magnificent creation, right? Like that would be be interesting if he just got, like treated terribly. So I guess he's like he's really sympathetic, like he's Minatomo, not Minamoto. Did I say Minamoto? Oh, Minamoto. It's Minatomo? Oh, you're saying the translation's off? Minatomo? Oh yeah, it is Minatomo. We could find out that Minatomo is one of the girls. That could find that out too. But he could be emotion mirroring. Like he's only crying because they're crying. Kind of like a Luffy gawking at Nami in Alabasta. It could be that. But what I think is probably the craziest part of this chapter cover story is that Yamato, like, being wounded is one thing, right? I'm just gonna go off and say that this is not really damaged. She didn't really get damaged, but it looked like she one shot Who's Who, and so like she didn't beat these guys first. She apparently beat Who's Who first, so she beats Who's first. The place was not destroyed, so if she one shots Who's Who, maybe they had a fight. Maybe that's what happened. But it looked like she one shot him. And then what? The henchmen were like, "We must avenge Who's Who." Like, did these randoms were like, "Oh, surely we could stop Yamato, the child of Kaido." This might be a different level of henchmen. Like, this is crazy. I guess it makes sense. They're donning, they're cosplaying the same thing as Who's Who. So it is what it is. I'm thinking like, does the Joker have henchmen like this? Joker goes down and then the henchmen start trying to box Batman. That's kind of crazy, right? But yeah, interesting. We don't see Ulti page 1, so Oda's taking these guys out of the, like, this is what happened to these people. Now let's go to Ulti page 1. I'm curious if the SBS is going to reflect in the cover story, like the whole ex-warlord. Does Yamato like have flashbacks of him? Because surely she knows him, right? Like was the King of Lizards? Yeah, that dude. Ulti page 1's papa. Yeah, that would be interesting to see. Let me see. Okay. We have Oda's note. I'll save a lot of the the cover story with Sai. We've been waiting for this one. This is, like behind the scenes. Since Sai isn't like, he won't be able to tell you yourselves, but I'll just leak our DMs. He is one of the biggest fans of this cover story. He loves this so much, and I don't blame him. You know what I mean? This is a good one. And so it's like the Ange situation. The Yamato cover story and Ange share equal brain space, so it would hurt me to talk more about this by myself without Sai. Um, how am I supposed to bring up Sukiyaki without the greatest Sukiyaki fan? Um, that being said, we have Oda's note, which is the real life Zoro, Makenyu Arata. Arata. Arata? Ara. Ooh, he should change his name. No, I'm joking. Has been dropping. That would be so awkward if I ever I doubt I'll probably never get to meet Makenyu now that they're like super famous and whatever. But I got to meet Emily before, and Matt Owens, and now who knows if even be in the same room as them. They probably have like Secret Service, the Netflix, special security, not the Netflix special, but yeah, has been dropping by the studio recently to play the One Piece card game. He really enjoys it. Wow. I wonder if this is memes or like he actually does. Like, is this marketing, or is it like McKenyu's like, hey, can you tell people I love so I can like become the number one One Piece card game player? Like that'd be interesting. I wonder if Oda's good at it too. Does he wait? Who's McKenyu playing with? Is he playing with Oda, or is he playing like with other people? Very interesting. Anyways, let's see. We have the chapter titled "A Time for Warriors." Okay, I guess that's referring to the current crisis happening on Elbaf. Let's see what the Warriors do this time. What the hell is that? The Adam Tree tour the Shonen Jump editor person who like makes this tagline. Is this really gonna get people to read the thing? They're gonna see this tagline, the Adam Tree tour continues? Oh my god, this chapter is insane. Surely there was nothing else that could be said in the tagline at the start of the chapter. I would have just said Ripley. I would have just wrote I don't know. I would just, YouTube brain rot, clickbait the girl, for sure. But she's already there. Yeah, damn. What the hell is that? Well, what do you think it is? This has always been here? It's giving me scientific vibes? Haha, I figured you of all people would appreciate it, being a cyborg and all. Is she rizzing up Frankie? Is Ripley trying to break the Frobin ship? How does she, I guess like she's like being a cyborg and all, you know what I mean? But like, I don't know. It's like a date. They're just like on a peaceful ass like it's they say the Adam Tree tour, but it's like VIP treatment for Frankie. Meanwhile, the island's literally burning and being sieged and held hostage all at the same time. But what is this? This is almost alien-like with like these. Like I don't even know what series or what game I'm thinking of, but like this feels like embryos, like this feels like the inside of like it's not is it Boo or is it Cell? I think it's Boo, right? Like when they have no, I'm thinking of a different show. But anyways, like when they have them in these little like balls and the people inside. And this feels like fungus. I mean, it probably is fungus, right? Like it's rotting. Like what is this? This is so interesting. Growth over it, but is this like a tree or is this like it looks like a spaceship? Huh? A bunch of like bunkers. And like these are ooh, is that a person? Wait, this looks like a person. I mean, it's probably just shadowing, like, and it just looks like two legs and a person. Um, but also this part of the thing, it doesn't look big for Frankie. Like, obviously it is big for him, but it looks like it was made accessible to people in a weird way, like normal size people. Like Ripley's already almost the size of this. And then up here, these things, I guess if it's like really far, like it's further back, then maybe Ripley fits better. But like, I feel like this is made for a normal person. Like even this window, I guess like window's hard to like. This window, is that a window? I don't know. So interesting. Why would there be a facility like this in a country of warriors? Do they go inside is the question. Hey, what? Wait, what? Why is she here? Hey, Frankie, you're here. I was just thinking I'd like to show you this place later. What do you mean? It's awesome here, Frankie. Huh? Wait, weren't they at the immigration? Aren't they at the embassy? What? Wait, what? Is this where it is? Lilith, Bonnie, what are you two doing here? That's what I'm saying. We got lost. They hit us with the Zorro. How do you get lost? Like, the world's smartest. It's different when Zorro gets lost, but the world's smartest character getting lost is just hilarious. Also, did no one offer to chaperone them to the embassy? Or wherever you get your visa? They did say visa, yeah? Like, huh? What? How did they? Thanks for. Oh my god, they were so lost. Thanks for finding us. Guess even geniuses get lost. Okay, all right. Frankie just like diffused. I guess even geniuses get lost. It is what it is. It's also funny because like is it getting lost when you know where you are? Because she knows. I'm thinking I'd like to show you this place later. Oh, that might mean like they got lost, found this place, then realized it was. I thought that meant like she remembers this from like a previous time that they were there, but it could be that too. It's good we found you. There was a horn blast earlier, so the woods might not be safe for. I like how Ripley acknowledges that like, is the horn blast not meaningful? I feel like this is what I was saying. Like, is it like a fire alarm kind of thing? I feel like even if I heard a island-wide fire alarm, I would be like, oh damn, I should probably be concerned. Ripley's also a teacher, so isn't an alarm from the school? Wouldn't she recognize like, hey, this is the school's like DEFCON 4 alarm? Like, and she's like, whatever, the kids will be fine. Saul, Wolf, why do they need me? This is interesting. But like, yeah, like if I heard like a nuclear thing, even if I hear an Amber Alert, I'm looking out for the cards. You know what I mean? Like Ripley's like, the rest of the island's got it. How bad could it be? It's not like Loki was freed. We're currently being sieged by the world government. Our island's on fire because of random lightning strikes, and this giant monster sieging us. Surely that's not the case, right? It just so happens the one time she kind of like ignores it, that all that's happening. But in any case, this facility really is stunning. I estimate that it's been here for at least 3,000 years. I guess. I guess that kind of tells us when the first world might be happening then. 3,000 years. We have 800, 3,000. That's kind of interesting. Well, we know 5,000 years is when the Tree of Knowledge started, their archive of information started 5,000 years ago. So this lab that Lilith thinks is interesting enough to show Frankie has been here for 3,000 years, which that's a new time period in the One Piece lexicon of like like our tour is gonna need to make another slot in his world timeline, is basically saying. The One Piece wiki is gonna need to add another few pages to document this. Pretty significant. That's interesting. I'm just gonna go on a limb and say first world question mark. What? How did you calculate that? There's no way it's that old. Come on, Frankie. Don't you know basic geology and anthropology? You just gotta do the good old sniff. Oh, that's some old ass shit. You know what I mean? That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do, Frankie. How do you know? Oh, his nose is made out of metal. He has he has lead poisoning, obviously. We can't really refute that claim. Honestly, even we locals aren't sure about the origins of this. All right, that's crazy. That's a crazy. Interesting. Even we locals aren't sure about the origins of that building. That's interesting because like that's what I was saying. Like this doesn't feel giant like um not even by architecture standards, just like the size and everything. So but also the line being we can't really refute that claim. And it's just like I'm glad she kind of said that instead of like, oh, I believe you. Because this is how you know she's a teacher. This is how you know Ripley is she's big brain, you know what I mean? She's like, well, your theory's cool and all, Lilith, if that's what you really are. Vegapunk brained. Is Vegapunk saying that or Lilith? But yeah, not knowing the origins of it is very interesting because the Giants' history is like the reason I'm saying that is if the tree of knowledge, if O'Hara goes back 5,000 years ago, do they have knowledge of this? It is a collection of all the scholarly information around the world. I wonder how far back maybe this place was significant to that end. Anyways, now that's something worth researching. I think I'll make myself at home here. You'll get lost again. Well, I'm gonna check it out for myself. Yeah, what's wrong, Bonnie? Look out! Oh, the spider cloud! What I find most scary. Remember last chapter when I said like this is the one I want to see the most, and then unironically, this is the one Oda decides to like why? Okay, having like a pseudo introduction card is one thing, but then also the fear, because I said if it's Spider Cloud, I want to meet the progenitor of this fear. Now I find out how silly this is. This guy, what I find most scary, thunder draws scare a cloud with a face with lightning. Thunder is the sound. Thunder is the sound. You're scared of the sound, brother. Like lightning in the cloud. That's so funny. I'm afraid. So is this okay? See, the only way this really makes sense to me is if this cloud is just loud and is making constant like earth shattering booms every time it walks. Because that would be kind of scary if you've ever been like ground zero for lightning and then you've heard like the chest concaving sound. I get that. I get that. It's just funny that this is that like I was like, ooh, spider cloud. This kid imaginative, his fear valid. This is terrifying. Lightning coming out of a cloud walks like a spider. It does all that, but the kid's not afraid of this. He's not afraid of the legs. He's not afraid of spiders. He's not afraid of the cloud. He's afraid of the sound this thing allegedly makes. So that's funny. That's funny. Um, you know, I think it would be sick though it, like, again, banking on the imaginative side of this, is if every time it walks, that would be nuts. That would be nuts. That would be crazy. Now, this is also interesting because, like, we saw this with all the other monsters, and then we saw this one, like, over the school, like the school picture, and then we saw the worm thing, and then we saw the spider monster. That's why we talked about it. And now it's over here with Frankie and Ripley. And I wonder, like, did it home in on them? How did it find them? Like, it's so random. And then separately, what do they do about this? Because I got an interesting one. I'm on the clock, but let me just double check. Usually, oh, hold on. Sorry, I baby cousin texted me, and so usually they don't text me unless something important or they need something. So just making sure it wasn't anything scary, so that's good. Um, anyways, let's see. Yeah, this is interesting because I want to know what they do about this. Uh, um, does Ripley just, because something me and Sai were talking about is, like, the scary part is the amount of them, right? Like, we don't necessarily know how powerful each one is, but does Ripley just one shot this shit? Does Frankie one shot this? Or do they, like, box it? Does Frankie and Ripley need a duo this? Can they touch the legs? There's so much about this. All right, we'll find out. Hopefully a battle ensues. Ah, man, this, oh my god. This isn't a, I didn't get spoiled, but I see a title box. I see it right here. Right here. That means we jump. I need to start doing page by page. I think I'm gonna do Kubari next week so that I don't have, like, or whenever the next chapter is, I'm gonna start doing page by page so that I don't get, because that, oh my god, no way we jump from this. I mean, it makes sense. Oh man, this is unreal. Elbaf's just full of crazy stuff, huh? No, that's not familiar. What kind of creature is that? It's let me enlighten you, biology teacher Ripley. This is what we call a spider cloud, and it is of the family Arachnid, in the genus Arachnidae, under the same whatever crabs are, crab spiders. Let me tell you a thing or two about that one, Ripley. You know, I was gonna add some crazy stuff, but we're good there. This is a FFS, family friendly stream, and title card, and yeah, and we jump. Okay, but maybe we still get what I want, which is how powerful this thing is. Okay, Western Village. What I find most scary, Draugr. I should figure out how to pronounce that. For right now, because I'm a memester, we're gonna call this Dr. Augur, because it's the DR and then it has Augur. So, like, we're just gonna go with that. Dr. Augur. That'd be sick. But it's also funny. What I find most scary, Thunder. And then what I find most scary, mythical skeleton monster giant with a sword. Like, does this kid bully this kid? Like, does this, like, can we base off of their nightmares that this kid's super soft, and then this kid is like a hardened delinquent, He's out here boxing zombies. Sober up and grab your weapons. Wait, why do they need to sober up? I feel like don't you guys fight well drunk too? That fire swall was wrecked. It's not just a regular zombie, it's a Draugr. What? Is this like a, huh? Is this do we have names for skeleton monsters? Am I missing out on horror? Oh, we need Sai. Sai plays these skeleton horror zombie games so much that he probably knows all the classifications. Like I don't even know. I feel like there's like is like Walking Dead zombies, I Am Legend zombies, and then vampire Hulk zombies. Like there's crazy levels. Marvel zombies. And then Draugr, that's new to me. It's not just a regular zombie, it's a Draugr. Okay. All right. Dr. Auger. I didn't know it was a classification. I thought interesting. What could have brought the children's imagination to life like this? Interesting. Where are the chiefs? We're waiting on their orders. They drank too much. They're still holed up in the privy. You're kidding. Wait, why are they holed up in the... What? Yo, get your sorry asses out here. These guys are drunk too. They're just sobering. They're waiting until they're sober? Come on, man. I feel like... Is it... I mean, I don't drink that much, but like, I did go to college, and like, I feel like you're more ready to throw hands when you're drunk. I feel like they're like, all right, I'm gonna need a drink for this one. You know what I mean? You get like a little bit of plot armor with I mean, like, to a certain extent. In a situation like this, I feel like it's plot armor inducing. But like against Mike Tyson, that plot armor is not thick enough, you know? You probably get one extra, like if you get concussed by a punch, you probably get like your body just like forgets about it a little longer, and then you can get back up, you know? But you shouldn't, because that would be bad. But anyways, this couldn't be more surreal. A giant that's what I'm saying. That's what I said. Wait, can Brooke possess this? I wonder. Wait, can't Brooke just ghost Phantom in? Can't he just go ghost and then take him over like Danny Phantom? He can. That's what he did to his own body. It's just... I feel like when, like, even on Egghead, when Brooke went ghost in the midst of Egghead, like chapter what, like 1168 or whatever, or not 1068, 1070, something like that. No, 1060 something. We just didn't know what he did when he went ghost. He just went ghost, and then we just don't know, right? I feel like this is a perfect time. He's like, damn, this is a way better body. Let me go into that one. You visitors should fall back to the edge of the village. Huh? Do they not know who they are? Should I carry you all there? That's disrespectful. You don't need to keep us at arm's length. We want to help fight. You said that last bit a little too quiet. Yeah. Usopp, perfect. We want to help fight. Either way, there's definitely something strange happening on this island. That's enough. Wait, Colin is here? Did we? No, yeah, this is the update. Okay, that's enough, Colin. He's here? Colonoscopy? Why not? I'm a warrior too. I can fight. Bro, your girlfriend's about to run into the fire. Go that way. We're just like, Sai just kind of threw it in there. He already shipped Colin and Ilva, so that's on Sai. I just told you no. I'm Gabon's son. Damn, he's flexing his dad and not his mom. That doesn't make you Gabon. Oh no. No. A battlefield's no place for a kid like you? What do you mean he's the only kid on LMAP that the battlefield is for? Bro, the Giants are really little broing are the one guy, the one kid who shows effort, you know what I mean? The one kid who has promise on the island. They're really, if it was like, was it Magu and Ronja? Yeah, kick their asses to the curb. But Colin, who has the Gabon genes, throw him in a little bit. Come on. You know why? I obviously I'm a dad. I would hold my son back, obviously. But the thing is, he's not looking at a theoretical fight. He's not looking at a hypothetical, like, oh, we're going to war. He's not doing that. He's looking at a giant warrior Draugr along with them, and they're all, like, kind of scared. Colin is the one person who's like, let me at him. I'm gonna go. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. Colin is, let him obviously protect his ass, but like let him go a little bit. If he really is looking at this and he wants to throw down, maybe let him. Let's see what happens. Is it the most responsible? No. But I doubt Scopper would be that upset. I feel like Scopper would be like, yeah, why not? Let my son fight. Why are you holding him back? You know what? That's interesting. I want to know what kind of dad Scopper is. I never thought. Not that I never thought, but more so like now we're getting more context. So that the context makes it interesting. Like, do they hold him back? And then Scopper like shows up at some point and it's like, Colin, Hakoku sovereign, and then you do like a father-son Kamehameha. That would be insane, right? Scopper's like, this is the day, son. This is the day you become a man, right? Because I feel like that's Scopper's energy. I feel like Scopper is gonna show up and like, okay, maybe not maybe not like here with the Draugr, but maybe like against the Thunder, yeah. I wonder, did Colin draw his fears? No, he wasn't at school, right? So maybe we don't have his fears. That would be crazy. If we had, do we? Oh no, maybe we do. I'm forgetting the flashback where the kids did it. Was Colin there? I'm forgetting. I'm gonna just continue on and try to either remember or chat will remind me. But Ja Rule, what's wrong, Missy? I'm sorry, there's something I didn't tell you before. I'm an older woman. I like old men. Imagine if she goes like that and she just like raids his I like sugar daddies, and she just takes the opportunity to just rob Elbaf blind because she's upset that the room didn't have any gold. You're saying one of these oh shit. You're saying one of these intruders looked just like red hair? Oh shit. Yeah, and both of them were seriously strong. One of them had a really weird ability. In this world, strange powers usually come from devil Jinbei, are we? Jinbei, you don't need to talk. Jinbei's so racist, bro. Jinbei's so racist, bro. Nah, this is crazy. He's explaining devil fruits like it's chapter 4 to the oldest man in the world. Can you all right. I'm not gonna catch any flack for this shit. That is disrespect. This is literally the canonic oldest man in the world. And he goes, if you didn't know, old man, devil strange powers usually come from devil fruits. If it's an unknown element, odds are it's a devil fruit user. And like, Ja Rule's like, you think I was born yesterday? Fish? Yo, like if he, that's crazy, dude. Like Ja Rule didn't even get an option to like react. He didn't. He just jumped off of Nami's explanation and was just like, hey, old man, this is how things work in this world. I don't know how long you've been here. You're still wet behind the ears, I'm sure. But as the first knight of the sea, I should let you in on a secret about how the world works. I don't know how deep into One Piece you are. Yo, that's crazy. That's wild. Imagine Ja Rule's reactions like, shit, brother, I had no idea. That's wild. I imagine Ja Rule is like, does Ja Rule say anything to that? Spread the word that there are 2 humans other than the Straw Hats on Elbaf. And Scopper? And Scopper, did we forget? Report back as soon as you find them. Got it, right away. Who is this guy? Why does he look like the smallest giant in the... Why is Humpty Dumpty on screen, bro? Like, what's happening? Is this the Rev guy? Like, what? This is not even a giant, yeah? Like, he looks like baby Big Mom. What the heck? I'm not like, listen, don't get me wrong, but like, I feel like there's probably better people to spread the word. No offense. I'm just saying he doesn't look like the best. Maybe he's like the town herald. Maybe this is his occupation. Like, but this guy, who is this guy? Do you guys see this one? This guy looks like, oh, I moved the wrong way. This guy over here, he looks like the character that looks super OP in the background, and then he just dies in one hit, like off screen. Not off screen, but like we see him as a casualty later on. Are you sure it's only 2 intruders? All this chaos suggests that there could be more. I might be wrong here. I feel like the Straw Hats gained plus 50 IQ. I feel like the Straw Hats all across the board maybe get, like, Usopp is sounding crazier, like he's out here smacking giants, he's disrespecting, that's like the bravery there, sure. Zoro out here, they were like sleuthing the castle, they're like, this rubble is brand new, like this stuff like that. And now Brook, he's out here like, based on the happenings, the fire, the monsters, I would say that there has to be at least 3 to 4. Interesting. Brook, look at that. May not have a brain, but you do have brain power. I don't know what I was going to say with there, but get the word out now. I don't know who's behind this or where they're. Oh wait, this is Nami. I don't know who's behind. I'm going to get a voice changer soon. I'm going to start changing my voice for the people. Maybe it's I'll get like a soundboard for it. I don't know who's behind this or where they're hiding, but anyone who kidnaps children in broad daylight is nothing but scum. If they're taking hostages, they must have something else. They must have something else planned for Elbaf. Yo, that's a understandable conclusion. This one makes sense. This is the same thing I was saying, like hostages means that like there's something else, right? So Usopp also already had a brain, sort of, but too anxious. Anyways, I've never heard of a kidnapping like this before. Now that's true. I won't let them get away with it. This is the moment. Last chapter I was saying I want to see Ja Rule crash out. I want to see him, like, this monster, the Draugr, Dr. Augur, comes over. Everyone's a little scared, a little hesitant. I want Ja Rule to crash out. I want him to show one and done ability. Like, sure, he's old, he's decrepit, his back is gonna break. Just one time for the one time, Ja Rule, just show me what you're made of. I want to see, like a galaxy impact / maybe just like maybe one finger, you know what I mean, like with his forehead, maybe because his sword is there, he just does a boom and he splits a mountain type of deal, and he goes, that's back, I was 4 times stronger back in my day, you know what I mean, like something like that. I need something like that. Ja Rule, I need him to whip his beard around, you know, maybe Gunko starts throwing arrows, Ja Rule just has enough semi Kikon and he controls his beard. That'd be sick. We'll lend you a hand. We'll just need a human-sized ship too. Don't be ridiculous. You're our guest. You should go somewhere safe. Wait a sec. Where are Dory and Brogy? Still stuck in the Alright, that's crazy. Dory and Brogy, come on. They seriously need to lay off the booze. That's wild. Get their asses out here. If the culprits are human-sized, we be better suited to dealing with this. That's right. The giants can take care of the big things. We should focus on the intruders. No, Usopp. No, Usopp. No, Usopp. Please, Usopp. No. See, he did not hear the context. How do you hear this? Usopp, are you listening? One of the intruders looked like red hair. Possibly his brother, according to Naomi. Both of them are seriously strong, and one that had weird devil fruit. I'm picking the giant skeleton over something that remotely looks like Shanks and seriously strong. Nami knows. What are you saying? Nami's a liar? I mean, Nami doesn't know per se, but like she has a good gauge, right? I think Usopp's off here. His anxiety should tell him he should help out the Giants and they should not be anywhere near the God Knights. I mean, they don't know what the God Knights, but like please Usopp, we need the instinct. We need the like the instincts to kick in certain point. The devil fruit abilities are bringing out this thing. Let's just deal with the devil fruit abilities and not the monsters who are control the devil fruits. Agreed, but Elbaf is too big for us to search on foot. Heave ho heat. Colin, perfectly timed baby ship. Huh? You want to come with me? I thought you were gonna tell me to stop. All right then, but I get to be the captain. That's so cute. That is pretty adorable. Oh my god. Instantly. Let's go, Colin Pirates. That is adorable. This is a little different though, because like I don't want Colin to be, because if he's anything like his father, he's gonna be all like Momo, all over Nami, and I don't want, like, he's too big to be all over Nami. You know what I'm saying? The other thing is Nami could be all over him because he's like a baby, but we have to remember Nami. He's 28. Did we forget? He may look young, but he's older than you, right? Is he 28 or is it 21? I forget. I'm forgetting Colin's age, but yeah, Colin, he's older than Nami. Pretty sure, right? 20? Oh, he's same age, so whatever. Same thing. Let's go, Colin Pirates. We don't have a voice for him either, right? Oh no, we do. We do have a voice. The anime did the Shanks thing, so we definitely have his voice. Is his voice really high pitch? Is his voice really high pitch, or is it like deep? I wonder. Hey, you're big enough to row. Onwards. Wait, who's big enough to row? Oh, they're saying that to Colin. All warriors in the Sun Realm, please be advised. But dang, she's listening to music? What does TD stand for? Touchdown? The Death? The D Clan? There was a confirmed sighting of there was a confirmed sighting of humans other than the Straw Hats earlier at West Castle. Oost. I still don't know how to pronounce that, whatever it is. Consider them hostile and dangerous. Gee-ha-ha-ha-ha. It's Gunko's post-meal ritual. It's not a ritual, I just like it. Interesting. That's a TD. Whoa, wait. Oh, wait, that's important. Wait, that's important. I was just ADHD looking at the details there. That's a TD, right? We should have a singing contest. It's like a karaoke machine. You're out if you mess up. Bam? What? Oh, she's like humming a song. It's nice having a hobby. What's your favorite song? New World? Wait a second. Wait, New World? By Brooke? Wait, by Brooke? She's jamming to... Wait, is New World Brooke or Uta? I'm pretty sure that's Brooke in Sabodi, yeah? Wait, some people are saying Uta. No, that's Brooke, yeah, for the New World. She's listening to... Wait, does she not know who Brooke is? Nah, that's silly. She... Wasn't the whole thing Soul King is a pirate on the straw? She doesn't just... Is this like a... I separate the artist from the music kind of moment? Like, she's like, oh, damn, this song is tainted? Like, does she think that, or does she just like? Imagine she's a Brooke fan. Yo, that'd be nuts. I didn't even think about, because me and Sai had been thinking of like, what if Brooke sings and takes over the sleeping kids' dreams, their souls, whatever. What if they're a fan? This is a cool, interesting thing. Gunko would be the type to have like a skeleton fetish. Fetish is the wrong word. Skeleton fever? Whatever the word phrase is called. Brooke, nice. Oh yeah, nice panties is crazy. Gunko's just out there. Yo, Gunko X Brooke? Wait a second. That's actually kind of crazy. Huh. Hmm. Gihaha, you got a problem with the current one? that's that's a that's a good point. The song is about the new world, like them going to the new world. I guess if he doesn't know, does he not? Maybe he doesn't know that that's what it's called. But also, like, it's meaning about, like, you know, changing the world, I guess, right? World where Luffy's the pirate king. Making him the pirate king. Wait, what are the lyrics to the song? What is she jamming to? Hold on, how much time? Oh my god, I looked at the time. I shouldn't have done that. The timer's over here. We gotta cook. I'm on the clock. I already lost. Damn it. Gihaha, you gotta go with the current one. You shouldn't mock. We're gonna check the lyrics after. You shouldn't mock the interest of others. Sommers. Ah, my bad. Anyway, looky over there. That grown-up is going all out to try to save the kids. Alright, here we go. So Saul ran back to get double shields. Awesome. Got it. No, now there ain't no way they can stab me. They ain't going anywhere. You've got this, Saul. Okay, but like, what are you gonna do with that? The kids are just following this cloth, right? But it's headed straight for the flames. If they'll die if I don't stop them. So he ran ahead, got this shield to then stop them from walking. This is a very interesting depiction imagery here. Not gonna, I mean, it's pretty obvious what it kind of looks like, but stopping them with the shield. Do they stop? Yeah. All right, they're stopped. They're stopped and then start bumping each other and stab each other. Prick, prick, prick. Ah, what the? Wow, sorry, Ilva, Scotty, Olaf. Yeah, you okay back there? What now? If I stop one, they all start pricking each other. That's disgusting. Who could do such a thing? Wait, this is an interesting reaction from Robin. I feel like the dialogue makes sense, but the face feels like a Nami face. Interesting. Saul, it must be the work of a fruit ability. Yes. They have to be close by. Not necessarily, Robin. The kids would reach the fire before we found them. We can't let them happen. Okay! He has a lasso! He can... This is just kind of funny to me because, like, he tried the shield thing before, like... Yeehaw! You know what I mean? Like, trying to herd them. That's interesting. If we can't stop the ones in the front, then we'll start with the Bjorn in the back. So he wraps them up. Yes, he's out of the line. If I can stop the rest one by one. Oh, we got Ancient Giant Girl too. Oh. Dang, that's crazy. Loki's child? What I find most scary, Fenrir. And we have this monster dog. Now the question is, does the monster dog wolf attack the kids too? Or do they know not to attack the kids? Wouldn't it make sense if the nightmares ran after or homed in on their kid or their like dream progenitor? That'd be interesting, right? If the if the monster chased after their person. So like, oh no, that wouldn't make sense for Thunder, right? And then none of the kids are at the town, so Draugr wouldn't make sense there. I guess Colin, but doubt he's afraid of Draugr since he was about to run up on him. You know what? I just thought of a really cool scene where it's like the kids who are like slandering Colin for becoming a warrior, whatever, or wanting to become a warrior and drawing the importance of being a warrior. If like the kids woke up to Colin fighting off their nightmares for them and like being like, you know, beaten and bruised or whatever, but not being afraid and fighting their, like the kids are scared of their nightmares and Colin's the one protect. That'd be sick. The class is behind Colin. Colin's like, stand behind me. And then he's like, yeah, obviously he's not boxing, but like, you know, doing something. No way. They're actually controlling these monsters too? Who's behind this? Very interesting. Principal. It's not just Western Village. Other villages are reporting monster sightings. They're appearing all over Elbaf. It must be some kind of ability. We need to find them fast. Right. Okay. Western Village. Oh, shoot. We get to see. This is it. Western Village outskirts. Finally. I didn't think Draugrs are real. Who knew taking one down would be this much trouble? Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least 5 giants here. And they downed him. And there's injured. Carry the injured back to the village. This is. Oh my god. Roar! What? That's insane. Is this even fire? Is this like lightning coming out of its mouth? What the heck? This is some like Pokemon animation right now. Bwah! It's a Nidhogg. Oh my god. What I find most scary is Nidhogg. Obviously, I'm pronouncing it incorrectly, whatever. What I find most scary, a ghost. Is this side by side? Like, these two monsters side by side? Like, even in the image, you can see it looks like they're running away from the dragon more than the ghost. Which is funny, because ghosts are scary, don't get me wrong. But it's just next to each other. I feel like in real life, if there was 2 hallways, like split, and I see a dragon and I see a ghost, like, which one would I choose? I feel like I'm going down the ghost, yeah? Maybe a dragon, though. But like, I feel like I know I can't beat a dragon. I feel like with a ghost, there's a possibility that like I win. But against a dragon, there's like no possibility, right? Like, I'm not Hercules, right? But a ghost, there's so many, like, there could be level, like, this ghost could be weak, it could be intangible, though, like, it could, take over my body or whatever. I guess I'm not thinking about the ones that, like, contort, like the contorting ghosts. But I think those are more like demons, right? Not ghosts. Ghosts are, like, civil. We gotta know what this ghost can do. It's no use, they just keep coming. We won't be able to protect the village. Everyone take cover. Ready, Dory? Absolutely. This is it. This is what I've been waiting for. Absolutely, Brogy. Okay, let's see how much. Okay, see, this is what I've been waiting for. I wanted Yarl to do this, but this is it. How much does this do? Hakoku sovereignty. Oh shit. Oh shit. Who is this? Who? What? Where did this one come from? This random like Davy Jones caveman Neanderthal looking monster. Here's the ghost. Here's the thing. They blew donuts through it. They turned it. This is Ace. My worst nightmare donuts, bro. That's wild. Okay, so and they did it on ship. So they didn't leave. They didn't go to the privy. They got their ship, and now they're just gonna be raining Hakokus down on these monsters. 1, 2, 3. Are there more? Never mind. This shit's easy. Never mind. They're cooked. The monsters are just airbags. You just throw some hockey at it. It's solid. Zeus can probably 1v1 a few, right? Zeus may even be able to just absorb that thunder monster and just one-shot all of them. I could see it. Yeah, this is whatever. 1 Hakoku, 3 monsters. Give them 15 minutes. They take out everything, yeah? Yes, did the Chiefs do that? No. It's the giant warrior pirates. Oh, we're on the last page. Shit. Sorry we're late. We had to we had to barf up the class 1 carcinogen. We had to barf up all that booze. What a waste of cancer. Leave the beast to us. You guys take care of the kids. Alright? This is Svaller mode of our mighty ship, the Great Eirik. You monsters are in for it now. We'll get you for making us waste our booze. Oh, shoot. Mountain Eater Yasan. That ship's basically invincible now. Chapter 1444. End. Look at that. We skipped 300 chapters for this one. We jumped to the future. 300 chapters. It is the year 2094. We are waiting for chapter 1500. Color spread to celebrate anime's return in the next issue. That's dope. Oh wow, the anime's not back already? Shoot. That's crazy. What did the thing say? The Pirate King's left hand arrives. All right. I'm alone here. Oh wait, hold on. I might be alone here. Oh, let me stop the timer. Let me get a good number. Let me get a 26. Oh, I almost got the 58, 26. Oh, wait. That's not 58 divided by 2. Damn it. I missed math. I didn't have that much time. I was trying to get half the number. I failed. 29. I needed to do 29. Right, hold on. Ooh, I tried to get 50. Damn it. Whatever. 57 minutes. We'll mark it down there. But yeah, that's an interesting thing. I feel like I'm immediately diffused on these monsters, de-escalated. Let me just see something. New World Brook lyrics. See, okay, we're gonna pull that up later. Because like if Hakoku's sovereignty can take out 3, and they see that was intro, like, and it's obliterated. Like these monsters look obliterated. The only thing left is because I got scared here when the monster was down, but not like dissipating. Usually it would like dissipate, right, and like disappear. But I feel like it's still there. So I thought it would just like, it was durable. It'd get back up. But with Hakoku, they like, I almost thought that even if you punctured a hole in it, the monster would just keep going. But it looks like they disintegrate here in this one. So either strong hockey is needed or whatever, which makes sense. And the counter here is now numbers, which is something that we always thought. Like, you know, can Killingham just like infinitely reproduce these? Probably. That's like the main counter. But if that was like, it almost seems effortless out of Dorian Brogy. And now that we have Scopper, and I'm certain that other people can do this. Like this ship should just become a laser beam ship, right? So I feel like the monsters kind of dropped in scary. Like I'm looking at this, right? Like this isn't a problem, right? Like I feel like this is no longer like I'm not scared anymore. Like Ripley's making this face, and I appreciate the art on the face, and I appreciate looking at Ripley. We can have more close-ups on Ripley, don't get me wrong, but you know, I feel like Ripley just like one shots this, and we kind of knew that. But the thing that the Jormungandr that Saul put down, it was tiny compared to these. So I'm sure that Ripley can just destroy it. The right armpit of the Pirate King, God Usopp, is crazy. Wait, why are we... Usopp is the left toenail? What? Dorian Broggie are the giants, though. They're the homies. Yeah, I just feel like they took out some of the scariest ones. Unless, imagine these things can dodge. Like, they got observation hockey. That's also what I'm saying. What if killing him can, like, put his hockey on these? That changes it, right? Imagine that. Hockey clashes with, like, devil fruit. What would it be called? Devil fruit manifestations? That'd be nuts. Let me see some Twitch. We have a birthday. Happy birthday. Is it Absol? Happy birthday. I think it was a birthday in the YouTube chat too. I just missed it. Yeah, I don't know why my Twitch chat freezes like this. I can't see my Twitch chat. Like I'm seeing some of the things and then it just freezes. And for whatever reason, the Twitch stream is going, but my Twitch says fail to determine content classification. So like I guess they can't tell if this is a family friendly stream or like I'm like an only OF creator. I don't know if I could say that on YouTube. But yeah. In chapter 600, the New World panel, we see Gunko. What? What? No. That's what? What are you saying? Scuba with the $5 super chat. Appreciate you. What? What chapter is 600? What? I gotta look at this. New World panel? Island of New Beginnings. You're saying when Brooke is singing the song in the crowd, Gunko is there? No way. Soul King Brooke? Is Brooke the pirate you're under arrest? No, Brooke. The Soul King is a criminal? He's a pirate? Okay. Singing? There's no shot. I'm gonna look at this though. Oh, this person looks like they're a 3-eye. That's interesting. This person literally looks like Vivi with a third eye right here. Can I zoom in on this even more? Let's see. Zoom. Can you guys see this? This person up here. Right here. This one. If you look at that panel, it looks like a third eye. But let me go back. Let me see. The New World. Okay, so you're saying in this panel, Gunko is here? I think I got baited. I don't see Gunko. Look at the character with the black hat. She kind of has long arms. The character with the black hat. Oh, I see. You're saying this one right here? I mean, obviously, I'm not going to be like, yeah, that's 100% her. But I can see. Kind of see. You're saying that person, but that's not. I'm not going to go and say, like, oh, Oda implanted Gunko back here. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that, but that's one of those things that Oda could like Kinemon and be like, yeah, yeah, that's who that is. Uh-huh. Gunko, the celestial holy knight. Actually, what do you guys like? I can imagine Oda being like, what do you guys mean the holy knight's never been in One Piece? Have you not seen Gunko in chapter 600? Come on, guys. Or like, no, flip it. It'd more be like Oda would hear that in an interview. Oda, like the interviewer would be like, Oda-san, it's come about on the internet that Gunko is in chapter 600. And then they're like, and then they kind of like frame the question to kind of give Oda like not an out, but an automatic like assumption that yeah, he planned it. So they're like, did you plan that many years ago? And he's like, yeah, that was it. And then the next question would be like, oh, there's a big concern that like holy knights haven't shown up a thing. And then it's like, you just mentioned Gunko was there in 600. Of course I had a plan since the beginning, duh. Let me guys tell you, there's so many other places that the holy knights have shown up. You just haven't looked close enough. And then he sparks the great goose hunt, the great cleansing, where everybody goes berserk trying to find the holy knights in the thing. I saw Ace in the Crow as well. Ace in the Crow. Her friends are probably like, ew, you like a pirate. Yeah, that's interesting. Mods ban the Usopp slander. What's the Usopp slander? Nidhogg was called the lightning dragon from the kanji. Viz translated kanji in that chapter. Interesting. That's interesting. The lightning dragon. That's a fun take on it. Lightning. Interesting. Soul King Brooks. What's it called? Oh, my background is flickering. Oh yeah. The other thing I want to do is look at the lyrics. Okay, we're gonna read the lyrics real quick for the song. So this is what this is to get us into the Gunko mindset. This while she's kidnapping children and like, you know, doing heinous acts of behest of the world government, she is listening to the song. Oh, and this is an after, what does she say? After meal ritual is what was said. It's Gunko's post meal ritual. She goes, it's not a ritual, I just like it. So kind of just saying that she does this after meals, insinuating at least she denies it. But I'm gonna go on a limb, say sure, it's not a ritual, but you probably do it after eating. And she is listening to, oh yeah, children, this is the stero. Oh my god. This is the story of a hero, the story of a man who will become king. In a war, there are no do-overs, but he stands firm with sandals on his bare feet. She's literally... What? Is this not... I feel like this is bannable offense. This might be why she's not a saint. She's like, I can't listen to Soul King if I become a saint. What? I can't listen to this is like at the beginning, right? I remember the song because I used to listen to this all the time. It's been a while, but I used to listen to it so much so that my wife likes the song. And at the beginning, you know the middle part in the anime where like Brooke starts like screaming, like riffing like his voice or whatever. My wife liked that part, and that's how she's like, what is this song? The person sounds like they're having so much fun. That's what she said, word for word. And I was like, this is a song from One Piece. It's like one of the most important parts in the story as far as like transitions, and he's marking it with this song. So I go into the new world, and I used to listen on repeat while like doing work like many years ago. And I'm like, this song is the weirdest song for her to be listening to, because in the first verse, stanza, whatever, it's describing Luffy. Is it not? Dreamers always struggle. because sometimes their dreams are out of reach. Very, very on point with the nightmares. I'm not singing the. What are you guys on, bro? I'm never singing. I'm my singing. It's funny because people when I was younger said that maybe I could sing, like not like sing well, but like okay. So give you guys an example. I was the kid I was the kid that at a chorus I didn't sing the lyrics. I didn't sing the song. We'd go up on stage and I'd just be there's home videos. I told my wife this. She didn't believe me. And then you see the home videos of just me. Yeah, look at these guys singing these look at these sheep, bro. I didn't sing these songs. I'm not embarrassing myself. I just went up there and I just like kept the rhythm, you know? Kept the rhythm going. You know, I did this little sway here and there. There's more to it too. I remember fun story when I first went to preschool. And this is not like a one like this isn't just a me thing. But I went to preschool and my mom dropped me off and she was almost left me alone his first day and the kids are all in a circle and they're singing songs. And I didn't know the songs. I didn't know nursery rhymes. My parents didn't let me like, you know, I was very like my form of entertainment was just like watching my brother play video games or something like that, you know? And so I go there, they're just singing some random gibberish. I know what song they were singing now. And I started crying, bro. I was like, what is this cult like behavior? Mother save me. I ran to the door crying. I was like, Ma, I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing some weird shit. I don't know. I need you to watch what's happening. So she sat with me while I cried and they were singing and they were singing Ring Around the Rosie. That was the first song. I remember vividly that thing. But yeah, me singing, we're not friends. But you know, growing up, um at my graduation party, one of my friends wanted to encourage me to sing more, so she had me go up on stage and sing with her, and I was like, no, that's not happening. Um, Sai would do it. No, we'll have Sai do it. Okay, if you say, see, the thing is, um, now that you said that, I'm going to tell Sai that the chat believes in him, that they believe that Sai can save the world. Um, let's double check. Yep, we're good there. And then, all right, dreamers always struggle. Singing gives me PTSD. Yeah, my friends always, all my friends love singing, karaoke. Even my best friend that like is supposed to be my clone but Japanese, he goes out karaoke. I'm like, bro, what? What do you mean? But he's also more musically inclined than I am, um, so that makes sense. He's in a taika group, so he got that rhythm. But also he's trying to like get a girl, so probably to impress her. That's what the kids do nowadays, right? Um, they go karaoke. But yeah, I used to think I was a good singer until my fifth grade music teacher asked me, "What the hell are you doing?" and made me sit down. Bro, it's the way you said that. I have that example for to like another something else that I just talked about with my friends yesterday, and I was like, "Yeah, that was a formative experience." Ever since that moment, I've never engaged in this activity. It was I'll just say it was speaking my language Bangla. I can speak it, I can understand it, I can read some, but I was told at one point when I was younger, I was just like that it was because of the dialect difference, and so because of that, I was just shocked into never speaking Bangla ever again, even though I can. But that's why when people ask me to speak Bangla on stream, you guys may not see it, but I just like push it off. Um, Anyways, I was auditioning for the school. Nah, that teacher. See, that's the difference. The person who did it wasn't a teacher, but I'm like, dude, that teacher. I might have an easier time if it was a teacher, not because I was bad with teachers, but I was very. As soon as a teacher showed dismissive qualities as an educator, it was gloves off. I was just like, yeah, nah, I'm just not attending class anymore. Like I'm just not. We're not checking in anymore. Um, that was me. That was me. But I almost got held back in kindergarten, so I'm a different kind of person. Um, Didn't expect Gunko to be Brooke simp. She doesn't wear pants for him. Yeah, this is very interesting. I this is one of those things that Oda does very well, where this is like that world building aspect that people don't grasp, like the depth of One Piece world building. Where I'm not saying that this is like like a revolutionary thing that Oda did, but this is like an example of like in other stories this kind of interaction isn't really something you'd even get. People would be like, oh, it's a waste of time because it's never get built on. But like it's small details like this, like the Holy Knight listens to Brooks music, and that's something that I almost wish we had more of, like more characters. And we do have characters that are fans of and whatever, but to have an op be like that it, Oda's gonna do something with it. It's gonna be funny, it's gonna be a gag, it's gonna be sad, it's gonna be something like the One Piece fan letter where Gunko's just like, man, like I was in the middle of being beaten as a slave, and then like I just listened to Soulbrook or Soul King, and it just woke me up. It's like, why be a victim? I'm gonna become king of my situation. And so I became a holy knight. And then Brooke's like hearing that and it's like, shit. I mean, like kudos to you for like getting yourself out of that situation. But in the theory that she was a slave and then she rose up to be a holy knight or whatever, right? Or she survived the tuning exams to become a holy knight. In that hypothetical, right? Like Brooke is that radicalizing like person. She listens to that song, is like, yeah, my dream may be out of reach, but I'm gonna reach it, right? And then but her dream was to like become a holy knight. Like that'd be wild. um Now everyone knows how to write with fire. Yeah, it like I want to say that this is fire. It feels good for us as One Piece readers, but as like an analytical thing, like it's one of those small details amongst all this other, like there's so many other details in this chapter that Oda surely has to have a priority list, but then he goes out of his way to just add something so like minuscule. You know what I mean? Surely this won't change the plot and crazy, right? But maybe it does, and Oda introduced it, you know what I mean, here. And then later on when it becomes relevant, it's like, oh my god, that's something from 40 chapters ago. That's so sick, And then it's not just that, there's like 10 other things. That to me is like the part of world building that a lot of people miss on, that like it's like that's how the thing is real. And there's other examples, that probably better examples. It's just the one, these are another one where I'm like literally going back and looking at the lyrics to a song that probably has meaning, you know what I mean? Foreshadowed some stuff. Anyways, dreamers always struggle because their dreams are out of reach. You have to battle your own demons in order to live through the days until like this is ironic because most people's demons in that crowd of people in this crowd, the demons to them are the holy knights are the boogeyman. The celestial dragons are the demons. So you have to overcome the oppression of the world. That's wild. It's a big dream that seems quite a handful. But when he mentioned it, I could see it coming true. Today is the day. We got tired of waiting. We don't need nights because we're short-tempered. Also, I just want to say, I don't know how this sounds in English. I listened to this in dub before, but I listened to this in Japanese, so and I'm definitely not reading the this one in Japanese, obviously, because we don't need that right now. But today is the day. We got tired of waiting. We don't need nights because we're short-tempered. Today is the day. It's a great day. Kick the clock that was stopped. Kick the clock that was stopped. That like I feel like at the time when this came out, it's one of those lines like, oh sure, right? But where we're at now with One Piece, this is loaded. Like, what? Kick the clock that was stopped. Kind of sounds like was it Katy Perry? Tick tock on the clock. Like it sounds like that should be kick the clock that was stopped. It sounds like you could just put that there. For the new world, the world is gonna change one more time. Dude, the world's gonna change one more time. The third world, Kesha. There we go. That's the one. I like us. I like how Saeed knows that. Like he comes in here with all the Japanese knowledge, and he's like, par actually, the Giants three times slower, and that's also just Kesha. Like I like that. That's the breadth of your. I like that. That's dope. I appreciate you. Gunko being a sleeper agent for the Revs, dude, this is wild. Like the lyrics she's listening to while doing what she's doing is like, I feel like as if I was the leader of the commander of the Holy Knights, I would ban this. I would like, you can't listen to this. This is this is like, sure, we're the gods of the world, but like, why are you listening to this? The world is gonna change one more time, which kind of is interesting because like first world, second world, and it kind of feels like the worlds didn't change, but it's gonna change one more time. So the third world is going to change, and now we have that 3,000-year timeline. So maybe the world changed into the first world, kept the status quo, first world, second world, third world. It's gonna finally change, or maybe it is saying first world change, second world change, now third world. That's the reference, but the world is gonna change it one more time. One more time is also like kind of scary. I feel like the world should always be changing, but it's about time we assemble. I just think when like the assemble thing, now I'm thinking obviously Avengers, but I'm thinking the mural. It's about time we assemble. Yeah, my friends are also quite the villains. Quite villains? Whoever seems to be teamed up follow perfectly by the hand. We trained hard every day, ride on his ambition, even though he said this and that, he laughed. Yo, how is Gunko listening? She knows that like this has to be about Luffy. She knows this is about the Straw Hats. This is literally outed 500 chapters ago. You know what would be so hard? Hard might not be the right word, but like I'm trying to fit in, is like imagine Gunko fights the Straw Hats, fights Brook while jamming to Brook, and then Brook tries to sing his song, and it doesn't have. Oh no, it would have it because she's a fan. Damn, I was gonna say like the song buffs her. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't affect her. Her spirit is like, it's like a weakness, or no, it's a strength. It's like listening to Eminem at the gym. You know what I mean? Like she's in the zone. Huh. Interesting. That'd be wild. It'd be cool if Gunko and Brook like, because there are times when we think that characters are like Sommers, Sanji, right? Scopper, like we think that they're gonna clash. I think Scopper, Sommers more so. No, I don't even know. I feel like I think they have to. I think Sanji has to, yeah. But like there's times when we think, oh, this character and that character, they have to meet, they have to fight. It just makes too much sense. And then it doesn't happen. Maybe no, this is way different. Like this is way different. This is literally Brook's song. I need to see this. I hope we get this very soon. I hope it's meaningful. We train hard every day, ride on his ambition, even though he said this and that, he laughed. Even a thick fog that seems to continue forever disappears in an instant, and we see the blue sky. White sky century, question mark, void century, kohaku no hyaku nen, right? That's the 100-year blank century. Kohaku, white sky century, thick fog. I didn't even use this in the theory video, obviously, but what does this mean? Today is the day. The show is about to start. Those chosen aim to that sea. Today is the day. Depart and set sail to dreams. Let's go. kick around in the new world we long for the new world, for the new world. The world is about to change for the new world. The world is about to change. Just one more time, over and over once again. Go fight 100 times for a new tomorrow. For the new world, that's interesting. Fight 100 times. Move forward without turning back. May I see your panties? So Gunko's definitely like oh my god, I can't. Gunko's that mega fan that like, hey, can you sign my boob please? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and then you get like an Elvis is like, you sure? You want me to use, like, they didn't have like non-toxic pens back then, so like, you want me to use my lead filled pen marker to write on your boob? And it's like, yup. Gunko's just like, oh my god, when I see him, I'm gonna have no pants. From now on, I'm never wearing pants because I'm gonna see Soul King Brook one day. Yeah, over and over again, like the 1 to 3 worlds, 100%. And we're gonna get to the super chats in a second. Sure, we gotta sure we can clear them up too. Also, it's, oh my god, it's 6 p.m. Jesus. But also don't want to run into fasting. I'm sure people are not fasting iftar. But anyways, 40 degrees diagonally is harder than 45 degrees. I know what that's a reference to, obviously. I know what that means. It's just, now I'm thinking about that a little differently. 40 degrees diagonally is harder than 45 degrees. Interesting. We came along today. We came from north to south to distant space. Oh, damn. Iftar's in 10 minutes? Well, sorry. You're going to have to be watching me during Iftar. We came along to cross over the rainbow. Is it time to go over the rainbow yet? That's... those last lines. Last lines are very good. Emu would love this song. Gunko a flasher. Gunko's infatuated. Yeah, let's be careful with this Gunko showing. Oda needs to reveal her age. I mean, she might be. We don't need to be careful. She's already revealed her panties. I mean, it's not for me. It's for Brooke. I don't know what we do. Is Brooke like a person or is he a zombie? Right? Like, does Brooke go by human laws or by zombie laws? Because he be eating brains, yeah? It'd be crazy if like Brooke could take over the Draugr and then he... Wait a second. Oh, I guess the Draugr's like downed and like out, because I just realized Dorian Broggie did not hit the Draugr. So like the Draugr just get back up. But also it's just funny that like this flying Dutchman ass dude just caught like this is like Killer. When Shanks hit Kid and then Killer died off the side. Like this is like where did the flying Dutchman giant monster come from? Not only that, this monster got no introduction. All the other ones did. We got the Ghost, we got Nidhogg, we got Jormungandr, we got Draugr, we got the Thunder, we got Fenrir. This flying Dutchman ass dude died before Suicide Squad level. I think that's supposed to be Loki. No shot. First of all, Saeed, that's disrespectful. Loki's monster is not. This is equivalent of getting off screen to me. He's not getting off screened. The Loki clone dream manifestation is not getting off screened. We are going to get an introduction. We all 100%. And if you think otherwise, we might have to fight. That's crazy. And I don't even know if I mean like I'm gonna fight you. I mean I'm gonna fight Oda. If this is Loki and he just gets his arm blasted off, that's wild. Like, I'd sooner believe that this is supposed to be like Kid or Shanks with one arm. The one-armed Yonko. That's what I'm afraid of. And it turns into this. Can a skeleton get a nosebleed? I wonder if Oda goes that route. I think Oda has, yeah. Gunko's Ginny clone? I don't think so, right? He's carrying a hammer and sword. Wait, when did we see this one? Did we see this guy before? Also, Thiso, I don't know if you're still here, but I don't know what magic you did to take the ads off of the top thing so it doesn't get me ban hammered. I appreciate that. I don't know what you did, but without my ad block and I saw it on my other browser, I was like, yeah, I would have been cooked. I would have been cooked immediately. It was a good thing my Elgato malfunctioned last week. Let me see. Was it this chapter that we see? Older women? Is that the one where we see the skyline? No, it's the one before. So right here, Yasan, look over there, monster. Okay, here we wait, what? Oh, wait, what? It's 2 chapters from now? What? Did I really scuff that? It's 11:42. God damn, these chapters are feeling so spread out. Okay, so we have Draugr, a storm. So you're saying Nidhogg here is Lightning Dragon, Jormungandr, my mommy. I'm assuming a storm is the cloud, right? It's supposed to be just thunder. So you're... Oh, shit. He actually does look like this Loki thing. Sword, hammer, but he's not holding anything in this one. That, oh yeah, it kind of does look like this guy. You're right. I might have to fight Oda. Oh, but he's not holding anything here. He does have the teeth. Maybe that's not supposed to be Loki. Did anyone say... Someone said Loki, right? Or did we just assume that? I drew Loki because he's the scariest. Yeah. So we're going to see a Loki. Maybe that wasn't supposed to be Loki. We just assumed it. This is his mom. That's what this is. His mom got off-screened. If this isn't Big Mom like his mom, then this is his mom and his mom got off-screen. That's the best way to take care of it. Also, I want to throw out there, I feel like I'd never mentioned this before, but this bird looks like the chicken from Family Guy, right? This looks like, it feels like a Family Guy sketch of a bird. Bird is the word, right? Later, Max. I'm out, guys. Have a good stream. Thank you, Max. Have a good one. That kid's mom is the strongest. That'd be crazy. The thing, me and Sai talked about it, right? Like that, that the kid, that the Giants have a hard time against the mom, or that the dad has to beat down the mom. Which is, this is a family friendly stream. This is, I'm talking about like a nightmarish situation where Sai's probably not gonna make it because the chapter came out like at an awkward time. If it came out like, or if even if I streamed earlier, I don't know if Sai got his video out, but even if he did, this is a time when he family time, so we have our schedules. I mean, they are drunk. Kiku was introduced as a girl, so next. They did Kuma dirty. I wouldn't be surprised if Ginny got the same treatment. They're undead with organs. Yeah, I don't have a good classification for the undead. I'm not a, what are they called? A necromancer? Is that what it is? Oh, talking about Gunko's a femboy? I haven't read the chapter yet. Only know the spoilers. Oh, like Mimoji. Like, what spoilers? Chapter 1144 isn't on the screen. What are you talking about? Wow. This isn't the last page of this chapter. Oh no. You're just like looking at my screen. It said I didn't read the chapter. Meanwhile, is on chat. I'm just like scroll. I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna have to rely on Big Head. Let's see. I don't know if you guys can hear my son. Sounds like he came home from the library and he wants to go back. Which he did have that nightmare. I remember I told you guys that the library is closed. Now that we moved here, it's his first time at this library, so probably had a good time. But let's see. Oh my god, off-brand to who and where? true might be what's not Bill Nice. Well, considering Summers made a comment specifically pertaining to the lyrics, I'd imagine so. Gunko is never introduced as sane, was she? Nope. Um, let me see. Yeah, my Twitch chat's crazy. It's okay. Oda's open writing does reward him a lot later on. The wiki also probably helps. The monsters took a fat L. Yeah, the monsters did. Mega Mix. People are saying Gunko is an undercover Rev agent now. You know what? If I didn't know if people are saying that or if that's like a popular. I can see why, but at the moment, I'm not a fan. I feel like there's some like I get why. I get like the logic, and I could probably come up with my own supporting details, but I feel like foundationally, right? Foundationally, infiltrating the Holy Knights doesn't make sense. Like that, I know that sounds closed-minded, and I feel like yeah, Oda is the writer who would break that thing, but I just feel like right at this moment, if I think I'm on the realm of like if the Holy Knights got infiltrated, then the world government slash the Celestial Dragons slash the Gorosei are the sorriest bunch of people maybe in fiction. Cause like the whole point of so far is literally keep it in the family. like the whole reason of keep it in the family is like you can trust family slash indoctrinate family. They literally are a nepo thing, whatever. They have that. And you would be telling me the one character so far that breaks the mold, not a saint, not a family house, whatever, is in your ranks, and you somehow can't vet that character, right? There's only one. You know what I mean? At that rate, you should have just brought Doflamingo back. You should have let Doflamingo come back because your disgust for human taint, whatever it is terrible. Because you somehow allowed a Revolution Army member into your ranks while having the most absurd standards. You know what I mean? That's why it's like I get why the song would probably inspire the idea that also here's the thing. I don't like my background. Here, tell me if you guys like this better. I feel like having the timer on screen is nice, but let me see. Do you guys like this better if I just pull up the panels here and then do this and then do this one? And let me see. It's hard to show if I'm like here. If I do this, like, because later on I'll probably be able to do this, and I'm just like I have it here, have a nice background, and I'm just talking to you guys while it's like here. Is that nicer than having the overlay? Objection, circumstantial evidence, human taint, like the filth of humanity, like the same reason why, they said that about Shanks, right? Tachi this long equals 2 years. And the Rev army does things. Dragon himself just hasn't come out into the battlefield yet. Oh, you're talking to him. I'm doing absolutely nothing. The song's kind of crazy. Sama W. This is one of those theories or like logic paths that you almost are faulted by, like this is a hard one because like what I'm saying is like there's reasons why it can make sense. Like you bring up Dragon. Is Dragon a type of dude to have people infiltrate? Like I could almost see a world where like him and Ginny agreed on whatever, and that would be a crazy plot twist where Ginny accepted, like there was a crazy mission, someone else got kidnapped and Ginny self-volunteered, and it was top secret thing that she could not, like, divulge and whatever, and she volunteered it, and she whatever, like there's some crazy, I could see that. I could see that. That could make sense, right? And like maybe that's how you get Gunko, but like then you're like, and if you like are saying that Gunko is somehow rooted in Ginny, then you're taking two like very flimsy ideas, right? And that's where I'm like, I don't want to, like, at the moment it's like Ginny's Gunko's state. Let's think about that in Ginny's state. Now I could see a world where Dragon and Ginny did that. There's stuff like that in history. There's stuff like that in our history that maybe Oda's referencing, where people did crazy shit like that. I mean, even like Orochi was a double spy to a certain extent. He didn't realize that at this beginning, but he lived his life in a way where he never intended to usurp the throne at the start, right? He was just a Kurozumi that was looking to survive. He was kissing up because he's a greedy guy by nature and he wants to be safe and whatever. So he did that, whatever. And then Higurashi planned a way for him to leverage that. And then he used all that, and it ended up fitting perfectly with his character, right? And I'm sure in history there's crazy spy stories even today, in the past, whatever, embedding your own sleeper agents. I mean, we have that. I don't think Oda would be that wild, and that's it. That I could think that for Ginny. I could think that for like a character that Dragon can insert, but I wouldn't tie that to the Gunko side, right? And then even that, like, what would that be? Like, is that Gunko, like she was born to Ginny earlier than Bonnie, and then she was indoctrinated in like, hey, when you're older, you have to flip, and you have to go to this guy. I know he doesn't do anything. I know he only looks east, and you're not east. Blah 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 blah. Like, I need you to follow that man. And she's like, huh? You know what I mean? Like, I get like that. That's crazy, right? But when we talk about the Gunko Rev angle, I'm just thinking from that side, from her standpoint. It's like you would have to come up with a crazy theory or way for it to even happen, for the Holy Knights to be infiltrated, which would be separate from the theory about Gunko's origins. So in order to make that theory, it's like three theories have to align, and you have to Exodia that thing. And I'm like, I think Oda could pull off something like that, and I think that it's one of those things that maybe you could think about. But I also think about like Stussy, right? If you guys recall, when Egghead, when the CP0 showed up, I was on stream and I was like, yo, her dialogue is super sus. Is she like a triple agent? And I said, for the Revs. And I was like, is she like a triple agent? Something's off here. And I remember being like, getting very defensive, and people were like, no, Par, that's stupid. You're off of these lines? She's a double agent, Part? No, you're just looking too far into it. And I remember being like, damn, maybe I'm looking too far into it. And then like 2 chapters later, it gets confirmed she was like a double agent. And it was even crazier, right? That like she was a Rock's Stussy clone, Buckingham's clone, that was in Mads, that was birthed and then embedded for 20 years, right? And I bring up that example because that is a theory that, like, yeah, I could think that she's a double agent, but I don't think that before the reveal you could sit there and tell me straight to my face that like you have enough evidence for all of the other stuff. You know what I mean? I thought that she was double agent or triple agent, but even that, I was there, but I could not think that like, oh yeah, like Buckingham Stussy was in Mads, and that's where XYZ happened. They were out of the cloning thing. That's where that blah blah blah, and Queen this and whatever, she was with the Rocks. She got the thing, and then 20 years ago she got in CP0. I couldn't think of all that. I feel like that would be where we're at with Gunko if this theory is right, right? Like, yeah, she's like an embedded sleeper agent spy put on by Dragon and Ginny knew that this was gonna happen. She actually volunteered to be one of the wives. You know what I mean? And that would be like, what, Ginny? You volunteered. Now my whole, world view of this scenario flips. You know what I mean? The whole thing was like, oh no, how could Dragon leave her to be there? And it's like, no, Ginny chose to be there. It'd be wild. Yeah, Sai's probably not coming. I messaged him, but I don't want to take him from him coming means that he's not spending time with family. And so if he showed up and he said, "Hey Par, I'm here for you," I said, "No, Sai, it's okay. We can talk another time. You go spend with your time with your family." And I've been doing that for the last 6 months. So that's where, you know, crazy. But voluntary to be a slave is crazy. No, it would be crazy, right? But here's the thing. I think that Ginny and Kuma are birds of a feather in that regard, right? And Kuma did the exact same thing. Um, you know, Kuma volunteered. He knew what he'd be used as, and he knew that it meant that he might be returning back to Holy Land. And so, if like now that I'm saying it, I never even thought about this. Like, this is what happens a lot of times, and when I just yap. But like, I honestly like the idea that Ginny chose to do that, but I don't have evidence for that yet, right? What would I be going off of? What would that video look like? I could make the video and then talk about other things. Maybe I start putting out more of those ideas, the ideas that I like write down but never script out, because there's not like, maybe I should frame it as a what if. What if Ginny chose? What if this is what Dragon was aiming for? Right? It'd be crazy. It'd be crazy. Yo, Kuma, I'm gonna send your girl to be a slave in the Holy. No, but like, no. The idea wouldn't be necessarily that. It would be like imagine this, right? Someone gets kidnapped, but also Dragon gets a report, and there's a meeting with all the commanders, and Dragon goes through the details. He goes like, okay, we know that there's Celestial Dragons over here, and they're currently kidnapping a bunch of women. We don't know why. We don't know to what extent. We don't know when this begins, when this stops. We don't know who they're targeting. We have no idea. We know that this is the location, the East Blue. And so this is happening under, it might be even that Ginny brought up this thing, right? And Dragon just brings up the details, and he doesn't know exactly what to do. And he's trying to come up with various plans. And he's just like, okay, so like, in order to counter this, we have to be a little bit more proactive. We're going to set up some envoys to see the ship. If we see a Celestial Dragon ship, that means call in, and we have to use white transponder snails. We'll counter it, and then that will be our method of preventing it. And Ginny goes, but if we do that, that puts all these people at risk. These are my people. This is my jurisdiction. All the women that were kidnapped are my fault, right? I'm the commander here, and they went under my wing. Honestly, think about the Yamato cover story, right? And Ginny may feel obligated. You know what I mean? And so Ginny goes, I'm the demographic that they are looking for. I'm going to volunteer. We are going to comms without the white transponder snail and reveal my location. And by doing so, they will most likely come. And that might explain the various communication, delays, failures, whatever. It might be that when they told Dragon, it was less of like, oh my God, whatever. It would be more like reporting in. They may not know. The Gunko's henchmen may not know. It's top secret that Gunko would be doing that. I could see that happening. You know what I mean? That wouldn't be that crazy. That like Gunko sacrificed it because that was her jurisdiction. And the best way for her to figure out what was happening to the women is she infiltrates herself, and she participates, and she sacrifices herself, right? Be wild. But again, I'm not saying that for the Gunko part. I'm just saying that for the Ginny part. Um, Ginny is the prime enemy of the Celestial Dragon. You just honestly, you reminded me of the exact reason why Ginny would be perfect. You like literally, if I made this video, Tayante, you just gave me the exact. What did Ginny do for God Valley? She did the unprecedented thing of, as a child, as a slave, she was able to leak out plans to the world, to Roger, to Rox, about their inner workings without them knowing as a child. Hey, if someone infiltrates the Holy Land, there's no way we can send people there. There's no way we can save them. So we're going to need to send someone who has an ability to communicate with us. Do we send Karasu? Does he use his sut fruit to disguise as a girl? And then he sends crows? Ginny goes, you do know I'm a mastermind at hacking and communication. You know I already famously, world-renowned, doxed the Celestial Dragons. You know what I mean? Like that's literally the perfect reason. It's like it's a thing where it's like, yeah, you would think that, you know, Kuma would sit there and be like, I'm never going to become a slave of the Celestial Dragon. I'm never going to do that. I will fight to death. And then Oda puts him in a circumstance where, but would you do it for your daughter? And then Kuma's like, immediately yes. Right? So to me, you like that is one of those things where it's like, that is a very simple explanation of like, why would Kuma do that? He did it for his daughter. You know what I mean? We didn't know the relationship. We know what would Kuma do for his daughter? Anything, even becoming a slave. Now, is Gunko a character like Kuma? Yeah. What would be the circumstances? I don't know, but could Oda put, I think it'd be very simple. Gunko was a character that put her life on the line many a times, right? She chose to go back to being, she didn't need to be a commander, all that stuff, right? So that's why it's like that part I could see. And like, honestly, now that I think about it, I could make a video on Gunko choosing. That might actually be a fire video to shorthand make. Cause like the current video I'm working on is over an hour long. And maybe I need something shorter to get myself back on the train. Anyways, this chapter honestly has so much going on. What's up, Shamel? It's dope. It's dope. True. How does Dragon even know about the God Knights? Yeah, like there's certain things that maybe Gunko, not Gunko. I think I kept on saying Gunko in that explanation of the thing. I meant Ginny. If I messed up, my bad. I'm a little tired. A little un poco. I would love to see the community reaction. Oh, to that video that Ginny chose, dude. I feel like that would be character assassinating. If I made a video that said Ginny chose, and I mark it, like imagine me going to the Reverie and saying Ginny chose to do that with no, like I don't have the context of my video to explain it. I have to explain forehand like all the reason why it made sense. That would be like, oh my god, Par, you think that Shanks is a not Celestial Dragon, but like he's working with the world government, he's evil and he's kidnapping children, and then it turns out that his literal genetic double is like, you know what I mean? Yeah, and then I had to fight that one. Oh, you think Mihawk is... Now, Mihawk as a sword was a fine one. It was character assassinating because then people are like, isn't that the guy that believes Mihawk is a sword? And then I'm like, yeah, what of it? I think that the objects in One Piece are alive and they're going to continue to become alive. And then now we have a Cerberus sword. Mihawk's literal clone is literally a sword. Might I add, he's literally a sword. Just throwing it out there. Ginny choosed. Yeah, Ginny choosed. Imagine me throwing in these lyrics too. Like, nah, I wouldn't tie in Gunko into that video. Let's see. So Gunko doesn't know about Emu. If she's a spy, then realistically Dragon should have known about Emu already. Yeah, that's why there's like, that's why earlier I was saying the Gunko spy idea is null for me. Like at the moment, there's no, it just doesn't make sense. Like in the sense of like, if you think about Gunko being there, I'm sure you can think of 1,000 ways, fits in, whatever. But just at the core, Holy Knights having a spy is irreparable damage. It's irreparable damage to the Holy Knights. The Holy Knights can. Could you imagine? I think that Sai would agree. I'm not gonna even ask him. I'm just not gonna ask him, and I think that Sai would immediately. Hold on, my wife's calling me. Give me a second. I just. Yeah. Oh my god, my son! I unmuted it so they could hear. It sounded like you were crying at first, and I got so scared. Like whatever. Yeah, I couldn't tell. My son peed in the potty for the first time, and I guess I muted it. Um, not muted. I missed it. Um, wait, is he like? Yeah. This- yeah. March 27th. March 27th. Um, I forgot to mute it at the end part. I don't know. Could you hear my wife on the other end? But oh, did I unmute it? Yeah, I did. Damn, that's crazy. I missed it. But my wife also didn't realize she was just getting him in the habit of like when you need to go to the bathroom. He already know. Like the thing is, he communicate like when he was like 8 months, he would be like, I need to, or when he was constipated one time and like he hadn't pooped in mad long, which it's not worrisome if he doesn't poop every day. Oh no, that is worrisome. They should poop every day, but he hadn't pooped that day. So the next day it's like, oh no, did he not poop? But then I was just like, do you need a poo poo? And he goes, yeah, it's stuck. And I was like, oh my god, he just communicated that he's constipated. That's crazy. And then communicates all that stuff. So it's easy for him to tell us when he needs to, diaper change or whatever. So we would be like, oh, I just want to go sit on the potty, whatever. But my wife we just moved. She set up the bathroom. And so she sat him down and he used the toilet. That's crazy. That's wild. What a kid. What a kid. I guess that's like pseudo potty train. That's halfway there. Um, let me see. Let me see. What were we talking about? Uh, dropping a video. Yeah, I might. The thing is, I need a short video to. I think I can get a shorter video out super quickly. Now that I have everything set up and I don't like, because the problem with my long video, and I explained this in 3 Day, is 3 Day literally went when they told 3 Day my theory, the long theory. Obviously, it's about the mural. I explained the theory, and already said before on stream, like I think I like cracked the code or whatever. Um, and I explained it to 3 Day, and 3 Day went, "How did you come up with this?" Because 3 Day knows like things going on in my life, and I explained the inspiration, and it was literally I wasn't thinking about One Piece. I didn't have time. I was like out traveling for like work stuff, for hospital stuff, and thought of it, and then I've only been like at my desk like maybe like a few hours a week. And like, I don't know, for creative stuff you need to like sit down and like think, and you need creative juices. Like I would literally sit down and have like a theory session, or like look up some like the sources, Wikipedia, that stuff. And then I'd leave for so long that I'd forget what I was looking up, and I'm like, oh my god, why do I have the Greek, why do I have Salome, how do you pronounce that, Salome, the One Piece snake, why do I have tabs open about that? I mean, I remember why, I know why, but I'd be like that. So that's why it's hard. But I have like so much of it here ready. I didn't have the recordings. Maybe I release the recording for the just the recording for the members. Maybe I do that. But if I have a short video, then I can just record it, edit it, and get something up, get my algorithm going. Maybe I do that with the Gunko, not the Gunko, the Ginny theory. Um, but yeah, won't be too long till he's making theories. Yeah, he's pretty intuitive. It's shocking almost. Um, yeah, which is like trying to think of an example, but you guys get the idea. Let me see. Let me see. What was being said earlier? Have you seen the theory that Gunko is Victoria kids and Killer's childhood friend? That's why. Wait, didn't Victoria die when they were children? She's gonna be a female Barto. Ginny infiltrating to gather information is logical. Dragon learned about the Holy Knights, but not Emu because she never met Emu. Yes. Yes. The Ginny side, yes. I would think that I'm assuming this is in the scope of uh Gunko being a spy for the Revs doesn't make sense because the emu information, right? But again, like I'm not at the moment, I'm not gonna entertain any thought lines because you could think a lot of reasons why Gunko could be a spy, but the part that I'm stopping it at is that the Holy Knights should not have a spy. I'm just not entertaining that idea. And that's no offense to people who would want to theorize about it. You can theorize about it. I'm just personally, you tell me that the Holy Knights are infiltrated by a spy, you need an hour video and insane evidence, which I just don't believe exists at the moment. We just don't have enough about either groups or the Holy Knights or the Gorosei. Like, it's just not enough paper trail to even theorize something that deep. Or not deep, complex. Deep is different. Complex is like you can make a complex theory about like Shanks at this point, but you can't do that about other stuff. Beard part Mosh. Good thing I scrolled up. I almost missed Mosh. That's crazy. Yeah. You like my Elbathian look? For people who are new, Mosh is the what would I say? He would be the like I was gonna say I feel like Shanks or Ace to me being Luffy, but then I don't want to be like Luffy in that sense. But it's the analogy would be like I started the YouTube channel because it's Mosh. So if you guys didn't know that, now you know. I was just a wee lad on TikTok. Mosh was like, get your ass over here and make more content. He gave me the straw and he said, you're gonna give this back when you're a great pirate. You know, that's what Mosh said. I'm kind of mad they didn't put Luffy, Zoro, or Loki in this chapter. Like, damn. Yeah, that's true. I'm not mad, Par. I'm not mad, but in the sense that, like, I think I was saying that last chapter, like, Oda could go either direction and he could just not give us any of them. But it almost felt since he ended with the Hyruden Loki stuff that he would continue that and then we would not get any of this. But I feel like contextually, this makes way more sense. And I was saying that I think it's too early for Oda to give us more Hyruden Loki exposition. It should be too quick. Let it simmer, let it marinate, and then we'll return with no context to them, and then we'll fill in the gaps. You know what I mean? Like, because right now, the Hyruden and Loki are at a crossroads, right? Luffy, in a weird way, didn't order Hyruden. He made a request, which I think is interesting because, like he knows that if Luffy demanded it, right? Like, I want this to happen, I feel like they wouldn't really have a choice. And I think Hyruden would, but then it would be like, I think Luffy, in a weird way, saying request makes so much more sense because it's Hyruden's brother. This is Elbaf stuff. Luffy just met him, wants to save him, but it's like, it's not his business. And then on top of that, he's not gonna order him because he doesn't see himself as their leader. He doesn't see himself as the leader of the new giant pirates or any of the Grand Fleet. So he's not going to order them. Um, which makes sense. And so I like that. And so we're at a crossroads where it's kind of in Hiredin's ballpark. And Loki opened up the gate to he didn't have to do this. I think it would make way more sense that what like Nami told Ja Rule in this chapter, Loki talked about that instead of bringing back the past, saying like I killed Harold, but it's justified. Like figuring that shit out now is wild. You're pleading your case at a moment of crisis, like, and you're on the deathbed. Like that's it. I guess it makes sense, but also it's like they would be more inclined to listen to you if you told the truth about something right now, and you have the power to do that. Right, I could tell you what's happening right now. There's a fire. There's this. The Holy Knights are here. Blah blah blah. They want to subjugate Elbaf. Boom, say that, and then they'll be more inclined to tell you. He's not doing that. Harden has a choice. Do they spare him? Luffy gave him the option. And Harden has to overcome like PTSD. So it seems like Oda's what he's gonna do is he might skip their part a little bit and take us to the next scene environment where they already decided what they're gonna do with Loki and they're doing the next action. And based off of where they're at, we're supposed to assume until Oda reveals what they decided and why. And then he fills in the gaps of like, this is the conversation that they had, right? And I think that makes more and more sense because it's not like there's a crisis about to happen. It's currently happening, right? That's very different. And they do the new giant pirates know about the do the new giant pirates know about the alarm? Does Gerd know? I think the Gerd knows. King of Theories. Appreciate it. And I see the super chats. I'm gonna get the super chats. My bad. Oh, I should probably get the because my overlay isn't set up. My overlay, my background. Let me just put this back up. My bad. My bad. I forgot that wasn't there. What's it called? I'm just trying to catch up with chat because I went back when my wife called. No way, Holy answered that stupid knowing, not knowing. Yeah. I feel like if there were multiple people without saint titles, I feel like I'd be more inclined that there would be a possible spy, right? But not a lot. No, I wouldn't be that much more inclined, but I'd be way more inclined than right now. If we get introduced to one more Holy Knight that has no saint title, then it's not Gunko being the one of one character without a saint title that they didn't vet and that happens to be a spy. That's just egregious on so many fronts. Like then like Gunko becomes the world. Like you remember? Oh, you know what? If that were the case, Gunko would immediately. You know what? This is bias. I realize I'm biased, guys. I realized I'm biased. No, you're right, guys. You guys always say Par's hella biased when he makes these theories. The reason why I can't accept the Gunko being a spy for any organization within the Holy Knights is because that would make her the de facto greatest spy of all time in fiction. They wouldn't be it doesn't matter what she does. The state of that situation at the moment would make her the greatest infiltrated spy and successful spy in all of history. And the reason why is because I have a video. The world's greatest spy. And that man is Bogard. That man is Bogard. That is why Gunko cannot be a spy. I'm biased. You're right, guys. I'm using my bias towards Bogard being a sword spy as the reason why this theory does not make sense around Gunko. Ginny my chosen assumption. Sorry, I just want to catch up with chat. Feel like I need to get better at looking at the chat stuff. Let me see. Yes. Got through this. See the Mosh comment. Yeah, don't think Gunko's a rev actually. Yeah, I don't think so either. What the heck? Did my thing just double? Sun made a turd dragon? Yeah, I mean, we all make turd dragons. That's the one thing that connects us all. We all poop. No matter how rich, or how powerful, or how influential, or how talented, we all the same at the end of the day. We eat, sleep, and poop. Okay, KB, the Apollo, that's a wild. I just realized Gunko's devil fruit could cure EDs. Like, you should not have devil fruits. That's a actually I don't know. Maybe you should. You'd become the greatest doctor. You'd be very uh. You'd make a lot of money. Viagra is one of the top selling pharmaceuticals, most popular. Many pharmacies depending on the district. All right. A One Piece fan once said, "No way, use Oda as your canon source." That's crazy. Why? Wait, what? What does that even mean? Does that mean that Oda's not a canon source, or does that mean that like the person's theory was so crazy that they couldn't believe that they were using Oda? Like they didn't believe the sourcing. Um, no break though. Yep, no break. Another reason why it's hard to make a long theory on something so old. It's not relevant anymore, and the new chapter's so hype. But I'm gonna get to the super chats in 1 second, so let me just get this one out of the way. Babe Pluto with a $5 super chat says, "With Gunko, admiring Brook, have you read his New World?" Yes, we did it actually earlier in the stream. You can see how Gunko can portray a bit of evil and can enjoy the song. Can she? I read the lyrics. I'm not gonna lie. And I can see how someone can misconstrue the lyrics, but the only problem is that Brook is an outed criminal, part of the Straw Hat. That was literally his tour's closing thing. Like everybody knows that. And then the first verse is literally about Luffy. Like you cannot read this and not think of Luffy. So like, yeah, she can misconstrue some of the lyrics that Brook is saying, but the thing is like my friends are also quite villains. Like, yeah, like Brook is there's pirates and she's a villain, whatever. We're all villains. Haha, we're gonna change the world. Boom. But the thing is, she should know why Brook is singing the song. She's literally this is a pirate's perspective. He's a pirate. He's talking about his captain who gave him dreams. And then he framed the whole thing by describing said captain, and you look at she literally was like, oh my god. You know what, actually, now I think about it, hold on, now I think about it, previous, oh my god, wait a second, when she says trouble is brewing, I saw my Australian. I saw a certain pirate ship anchored at the village. Emperor Straw Hat Luffy is on Elbaf. Then she started playing the song. That's a little interesting. Did she even have headsets on before? I'm not really remembering. Oh, Oda hid the headsets here. No, she's not wearing headsets. She literally said the Straw Hats are here and then put on the song. But only if you know who she know. Come on, babe, you know she. What do you mean? If she knows, she's a holy knight. They know who the Yonko is. Come on. Yeah. She knows the Straw Hats. You cannot tell me she doesn't know what Luffy looks like. That would be crazy. The thing is, one thing I will give you, Pluto, is that the information comms, and even Sai admitted it, is terrible. They finding out that the Straw Hats here by visual confirmation that their ship is here is insane, because they know that the Straw Hats were headed to Elbath 4 days ago or 2 days ago. So like that doesn't make sense that they're like, oh my god, the Straw Hats are here. Like she should know, right? Maybe because she was the one who communicated to the Holy Land. Maybe she knew at that point and she told them like, hey, the Straw Hats are here, so let's send other Holy Knights. Maybe that was a part of it too. That's interesting, but it is, she was enjoying her meal. Oh, maybe she did have the, no, this is her hat. She put on the song afterwards. What if she likes like Luffy and the thing and whatever? Like, interesting. This is interesting. But the thing is, we know she has like a very condescending attitude towards like Loki, even. You know what I mean? Like, so it is interesting. Um, I think Gunko in the lyrics, going back to super chat, Babe Pluto, is that it sets up a weird thing that I think even Oda, I think, no, honestly, Oda might be the a person that like, because there is controversy, right? I think even, it's like the controversy, the meme. I don't know if people know who R. Kelly is, right? Like, I think that's when this kind of mentality started with the R. Kelly. You'd bump R. Kelly music, and then the trial comes out, find out he pees on minors, and you're just like, bro, that's gross. Do I still listen to his music? And then like I think people, R. Kelly was at a time when you didn't listen to music. And then it's like Michael Jackson, and then it became a thing where it's like, I think at this point people, it's been debunked enough that like a lot of things accused Michael Jackson wasn't true, especially now with all like the Diddy stuff like countering Michael Jackson. But like, I think Michael Jackson even, I think one point said, he was just like because they live down the road from each other, it's like, I'm not Diddy or some shit like that. Like they'd be going to Diddy's place for some shit. Like I think that was Michael Jackson said that. But yeah, like there's certain artists, right? He's like, do I still listen to their music now that I know verify? Like Drake doesn't necessarily count, right? He got memed, and he's like he's none of Kendrick stuff is verified, obviously. There's supporting evidence that's like, and then he didn't have the best reaction, so it's like, and then like, but it's not the same line as like R. Kelly and then the music, right? Bill Cosby and his shows. Like I literally said this to my wife. One of my favorite shows growing up, two of my favorite shows, was the Cosby Show, which depicts Bill Cosby in the thing, and then you find out like during that time he's doing some fucked ass shit. And then the other show, which is why I came up, was Lil Bill. I love Lil Bill. And and then me and my wife were like, damn, Lil Bill was actually like pretty good. It was a very good show back in the day, even by today's standards. And I'm like, damn, do we like not show our son that because like the guy who voiced the kid is crazy? And like, but like that wouldn't, like he wouldn't know this is Cosby. He wouldn't have like positive, like where does the line drop, right? And so maybe Oda's using Gunko as a way to depict that, because there are many mangaka that are in the same boat where unfortunately some of people that are close to Oda had some fucked ass shit, and he depicted them in Egghead. You guys probably know what I'm talking about. And maybe it's like Oda's way, it's like, oh, Gunko's separating the artist from the art, right? Separating the artist from the art. Do we do that with mangaka, right? Do we do that with Oda? Maybe. And I'm not saying this about Oda. I'm just saying that, like, in the cancel world, right? Like maybe there's something that Oda comes up, whether it's like live action or whatever related. We start hearing more about Oda, and then we're like, damn, do we still like One Piece, right? It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing. Um, Probably, I know that. I know that there's definitely supporting evidence. I know that. But like what I'm saying is that the R. Kelly and the Drake, that's like separate. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he did that, but like there was also a crowd of people that were like, woo, and it went by for like decades of like, yeah, that shit's normal. You know what I mean? There's also that. You know, the people in the crowd that's like, that, you know, you, no one hollered back then, right? So, but the R. Kelly thing's like, no, that was like court, like it was in court. Bill Cosby's innocent. I'm not here litigating people. I'm not here to litigate people. All I'm saying is that one of these kids' dreams probably is Pete nightmares. What frightens me the most? Rich creeps. I'm surprised. The thing is that giants don't interact with the celestial dragons like that, right? It's interesting. It's interesting. Let me catch up on the thing, the chat. I feel like Mosh was here and I missed him, and now I feel really bad. Now I don't see his chat. I was looking through all the chats, see if I missed his other chats. My bad, Mosh. I miss you. You can text me. I mean, we could always text. All right. See, okay, so all right, I want to bring back this thing. Who said it? Scuba was saying that Gunko was in the crowd in the New World thing, and I pulled it up. It's right there. It's like right around here. And it like sort of could be. It could be anybody, obviously, and I like the idea. But that shocked me. I was like, oh my god, imagine if I would have put Gunko in the crowd. That'd be sick. You know what I mean? That would support so much. But someone's saying 416. Let me see 416. All right, I'll let you guide me. I usually don't go on these wild goose chases on stream because it derails us, but I'm already derailed. Let's see what's written on the Rhino. Okay, Zoro versus Kaku. Lost child. We don't get the reading request thing. So it's on the Rhino. Okay, who said this? 416? Wait, who said this? Did I miss it? Wait, what? Did who said the 416? Did I misread something? Or is that a super chat? No, it's not a super chat. Someone said go to 416 and look at what's on the Rhino, right? Am I hallucinating? Where's that chat? I'm trying to reference. Oh, it's right here. Mirai. There we go. Nami is a lost child. Oh, I agree. Lost child. Yeah. I have that Nami video. End of it explains more, but yeah, 100%. She's lost child, was celestial. Me and Sai are both on the celestial train somehow, somewhere. But I have different versions of that. Wait, average par stream? Oh no. We have someone new came in. What is this guy yapping about? Wait, who said this? Bodon. YouTube needs to upgrade their Twitch chat or YouTube chat. Damn, I can't see this chat. Oh, that's why. Live chat. There we go. 50-50 leaking into this chat. Into the stream, probably. Yeah. I miss Sai too much. Let me see. All right. After this, we'll go to super chats. All right. I don't see the chat. It is what it is. Mr. Nine, it's an interesting way to look at it. That's interesting. Fan funding. Let's see. All right. So we have 4 super chats. I think I went through. Oh no, we have more. What the heck? All right. I'm gonna have to use Streamlabs for this then. Should probably do that anyways. All right. Okay. 2 hours ago. Alejandro Solis with the $2 super chat says, Brooke fan, and that's why they don't wear pants. Yeah, the Gunko. I still like, it's kind of interesting what Oda, because that it's prominent. This is one of the first things we learned about Gunko. She's a Brooke fan. So I wonder if Gunko sings. Because right now she's humming, right? Ba-dum, bam. Oh, wait, maybe we actually know what... She's at the end part. We can maybe figure out what part of the song she's at. The bam, I'm pretty sure the song is at the very end, right? This part. Uh this one. Right? Yeah, this one. This is where she goes dun 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 dun. And then he goes, yeah, this is I'm gonna double check. Maybe we can figure out what part. Interesting. We should have a singing contest. Is crazy. I want to hear what Sommers listens to. Gunko in the anime is going to go so hard. I can't wait. Yeah. We talking about Dwayne the Rock Johnson without Psy at all? Wait, when did we talk about The Rock? Why are we talking about The Rock? We have Time Lord with the 2 bits from Twitch chat. Says, cheer. The ancient robot looks near identical to the one from Studio Ghibli's Laputa. Joy Girl's Laputa theory stocks rising. What? Ancient robot? Emmett? But you're saying this chapter, Studio Ghibli's Laputa? The ancient robot? Wait, what ancient robot? Did I miss something? Wait, did I miss ancient robot? You're talking about Emmett. Is Time Lord still here? Probably not. Part doing the Six Flag theme? No, I'm not doing the six. That's wait, hon. It's that's that one. I was going the oh, I hear how it sounded similar. I wasn't doing Six Flag, but that was one of my favorite songs. I'd always whistle that. I would always whistle that all the time when I was a kid. I hate Six Flags or roller coasters, so it made no sense. It was just so catchy. Yeah, Joy Girl's Laputa theory, though, by the way, fan, we talked about it on stream when she came on, which I bet I should bring back collabs. I just obviously haven't had time, but hopefully slayed it out, got my setup, life is normalizing, could start integrating to the community again. Once upon a time, people liked me. I don't know where I'm at now. Probably all the creators like, ew, Par. You guys watch ParVision, that washed up streamer? I shouldn't say that. I hopped on Jay's stream yesterday because he was watching Your Lie in April, and he was with Murphy. Shout out to that series, Your Lie in April, my favorite, one of my favorite series outside of One Piece. And he got Murphy into it, so they're doing a stream where Murphy reacts and they talk about it. I think every Tuesdays, so that's dope. So I hopped in yesterday because I saw it. I was like, huh? Your Lie in April. And they're slated out to end in April, which there's stream series, but and then fun fact, one of Oda's favorite series is Your Lie in April. He made his own whole studio read the manuscripts because he had the manuscripts, and he liked it so much that he neglected One Piece. He missed his deadlines because Your Lie in April. He binged it, and he then made his studio read it, and then he missed the deadline, and then he went to an interview, and he said specifically that music is one of the hardest things to capture in a manga medium, and he was really, I think, envious was the word, or jealous, or something along the lines of like he really liked it. And this is obviously way before Nika's reveal, so that tells you why a little bit. Music, all that jazz, the drums of liberation, all that stuff. Then music, now it makes sense that Oda was like, damn, they really captured music really well. Damn, and Oda has a huge music focus, like to the point I almost wonder how involved Oda is in making some of the openings and things. Like, I never looked into that. I just kind of assumed that because Oda is a huge music head, he goes to concerts every weekend, he's friends with like some of the top musicians in Japan. Was it Ado, I think, spoke very highly of Oda. Also, I don't remember exactly the words that were used, but and then Oda has like a huge library of records and a collector, and I think he's always been a huge music thing. And I think also just the Brooks lyrics and other things, like he has to be involved with like lyrics and that writing. So he musically inclined, I think, is obvious. Music like savant might be a question, like maybe he's like born to be the next like Elvis, but like cursed to be a mangaka, like that type of thing, because his dad got him to drawing and painting. Um, but yeah, I almost wonder how much Oda is involved with the openings, because um I always talk about this YouTube video where this director, I always forget his name, my apologies, people know, it was a music composer who has never touched anime medium, started analyzing just the song, no visuals, of the One Piece opening for Egghead. And he described One Piece and what was happening in the video without seeing the video. That's how beautiful the music is for that opening, that he was able to describe not just what was happening on screen without seeing it. He's like, it feels like 8 different distinct elements are coming together. We got this element, jazzy thing. He's describing characters almost. I think at one point he almost described like Sanji to a T, just by the French, whatever, jazz, whatever music, whatever thing. And then at a certain point when all the shots are running, he said at that part of the music, it sounds like all 8 elements are coming together, or not 8, whatever number he said, coming together, and they're running, and they boom, boom, and it's colliding, and then we have the chaos, but it's not chaos. He describes it that way, and I'm like, bro, it's so wild that even the music fits One Piece that well. And like, sure, like someone could be doing that for Oda, and there's a genius behind it, and I'm sure there is, but like One Piece music has always been like that, you know? But anyways, obviously we knew Oda is a big fan of that stuff. Why was I talking about all this stuff? Music, lyrics, Laputa. There's off of the super chat, right? About Laputa. Oh, I had Joy Girl on stream. We talked about that theory. Definitely like that theory. It's a favorite for sure. We can just clear up these super chats and I'll get back to chat. See, Scuba, we read this one, 600, have it on the screen before. Off Brand, hello Off Brand. We have $5 super chat says, hi Par Bear. Can we do a watch party for new Egghead Part 2 anime episodes? Oh, you're saying the double feature? Love the content, can't wait for your album to drop. Wait, why my album? Book is heavily Hendrix inspired. Yeah, a lot of One Piece characters also, like names, just bands, just very niche choices too. We never liked these crazy. That's so sad. Let's see. If Luffy had a new attack in Egghead that's music based, I'm sure it's gonna look cracked in the anime. That's true. This is true. Can we do the watch party? Thank you. Not this weekend, unfortunately. If it's this weekend, then no. Because unless it's Saturday, but Psy said it's 1 episode per day, and this weekend is Eid. So again, Eid Mubarak to people who are celebrating early Eid. They probably won't be having the time to stream because they got to get the house ready and have people over. Saturday, I might be able to do the first episode, but the I wouldn't be able to do the second episode for sure until Monday. Probably not even Monday, depending on how Eid works. Tell people who may not know what Eid is a Muslim holiday. It marks, at least there's 2. This one's what, Eid al-Fitr or whatever. We just say Eid. I think it's Fitr. Or I'm mispronouncing. I'm not great at it. I'm shy. But it marks the end of Ramadan, the 1 month of fasting, marked by the moon cycle, which dope. Makes sense. Kind of. I mean, it's kind of like the winter solstice festival the Elbaf's got. At least that fasting, and then you celebrate at the end of the month. And then it's a lot of community events. So kind of just you celebrate new stuff, new environments, you eat food together, you go to people's houses. So basically, at least how I've celebrated, I don't know how around the world, but I've been to other countries and celebrated it. So you just go to, like, start day, you do the prayer with everybody, community prayer, And then you either your house, you go to your cousin's house, family house, friend's house. You just go to like 12 houses and you get every single person's house. I don't even know if that's how you're supposed, like orthodox supposed to do it, but that is the tradition across the board. Like I think every culture that celebrates it kind of does a similar thing. Usually there's like, I feel like the mosques or whatever do like a festival type, not a festival, like a barbecue type of, depending on what time of year. So like the imam will be like, yo, like let's have not even basketball's a huge thing, so like always basketball games. So that's, that's why there's also a lot of like Muslim basketball. There's that. So basketballs, I played basketball a lot. Yeah, usually the imam plays basketball too, which is they're normally cracked. That's how you know it's a good one. Have I been fasting? Nah, the move lined up pretty badly with this move, and my son has a bunch of doctor's appointments, but also it's rough on me. I also haven't been able to get my medicine for my health situation, so been a little lower energy, insurance issues, stuff like that. But yeah, maybe next year I do it. But yeah, it's during the day fasting is a little hard for me, especially depending on time of year. So reliant on the circadian rhythms. Um, Black Muslims in California, 100%. Yeah. I hope you have a nice Eid. Did I spell it right? Yep, that is how you spell it, Eid. And then Mubarak just means happy, basically. Eid Mubarak. Anime comes back next week. Oh, if it's next week, then I'll be able to do it. The anime is coming back Sunday, 7 a.m. Eastern. Wait, like next. Then I'll be able to do it. I'm pretty sure. Because I put down the foot. I was like, we moved in and we've been so busy that like we haven't been able to unpack. I like did the waterproofing for the basement, doing yard work and all this stuff, and like I need to just sit down and be able to do that. And then I also need to travel like every single day for various things, and then work, and then other things, and then I haven't been able to do One Piece stuff. But love your hair today, Par, looking good. Thank you. Yeah, that's also I tried a new style today, new hair products too. So this one's kind of interesting. I bought like 3 products, trying to figure out what I'm going for. But I feel like I was going for like a Viking thing. I literally told my barber, it's like, I want to look like a Viking. He's like, huh? I was like, don't ask questions. We're doing Viking. So yeah, I'm trying to grow out my hair a little bit more, try to get like a more Viking feel, but we'll see what happens. Let's see, the 5th, so that makes sense. 6th April. All right, we'll probably be able to do anime watch party then. Let me see. Oh, my friends are gonna stay over that weekend. It's fine. I don't have to hang out with my friends. That's cool. Baby Pluto with a $5 super chat says, with Gunko admiring Brooke. Oh, I read this one. Okay, cool. Then we have this one. Profit with the $2 super chat says, love conquers all. Sanji conquer awakening versus Sommers. It's gonna happen eventually. Is it versus Sommers? I think we have to get an understanding if they are even like strong. I mean, I agree that they are strong. Devil fruits are already cracked, but like there is a world, and I don't like this world, where the Gorosei were teasers to the Holy Knights. Gorosei are kind of like combatively reliant on their forms. Obviously not devil fruits, but forms. And even in their forms, they were kind of like handicapped, like they were debilitated and dilapidated. All the terrible words. And it is a trope, and it also comes with the fact that the characters are fitting in the trope of like in Oda's trope of new group is like 3rd tier to the thing. So we get Kaido, top tier. We got the Calamities, 2nd tier. Tobiropo, 3rd tier. So you have Imu, top tier. You have Gorosei, 2nd tier. Holy Knights, 3rd tier. And then it's like, and you look at the thing, Oda's always said the 3rd tier dirty. 3rd tier is like, in Doflamingo's crew, you have Doflamingo, top tier. And then you have his what are they called? Commanders. And then that's 2nd tier. And then the third tier is officers. Officers trash. They were fighting, like the Grand Fleet, and the commanders were fighting what, Kiros and Robin, whatever, right? I like Anel's is kind of like an interesting one because I think Oda shifted everything to Anel, but at the same time, you had the characters in the second tier slash group of the ordeals, right? That's what they're called, and um, they were, uh, they were threats to a certain extent, but they were also Devil Fruit reliant, I guess. Besides, not Devil Fruit reliant, Dial Diant, right? Dial reliant, and that was like them be like they were good companions too. They also had hockey, mantra. Maybe they're not a good example, but you'd like to hope that they're like that. They have kind of like okay. Actually, no, you know what? They might be a good example to boost up the God Knights, which is that they were kind of God Knights. They were kind of Anel's Knights, God Knights. And actually they had God Knights, and those are the people, right? Like those military people. But anyways, the ordeals and Anel were an introduction to a new power, which is hockey. We didn't call it hockey. We called it mantra. And the they also had that foresight thing to a certain extent, right? It was like limited. It was like a limited version, but they had like an instinct, or something like that. And so maybe if we were to parallel that, that is something that like Anel had, and I guess influenced them. They're also all from Burka, so maybe that's related here because Burka is relevant. Um, and you like to think that like the God Knights have something like that. And you know what? To be fair, I will say, um, so far of the current Holy Knights, we do kind of have like this seems like Emu, which Gunko has the arrow. We saw the arrow, which I guess is debated, but like I think most people thought it was coming from Emu, whether it was his tail, whether it was power, whatever it may be. There's the Somers vines, that theme, the flower room. There's a certain theory, may boost. Some of the members might remember it. But Sai talked about it on a video too. But that could be related to Sommer stuff. And then Killingham. I think without a doubt, last stream we talked about it. Once it got revealed, Killingham's power through and through all aspects felt like something that Emu could have had, which is dream manifestation, similar to Luffy, is a celestial dragon to a certain extent, right? It's not just a dragon, it's like a mythical dragon that like almost is in all regards a mythical celestial. Like when you think of Kirin, you think of like, I don't know, like primordial type of being. And then putting people to sleep is like just random but also crazy. So you have all that, and it maybe there people did think like maybe this is from Emu. Then we got that they're devil fruits, and it's like, okay, so they have the devil fruits, but maybe they all relate to Emu. Maybe Emu's the progenitor. Maybe Emu's the one who gave them those devil fruits. Like there is that world where we don't know where the devil fruits come from necessarily. And it may be that Emu did give them these powers, maybe in the same light the Gorosei, and like the Saturn's experimentations maybe are an inkling of that. So I think that the JJK Kirin, was there was one in JJK, really? I don't remember that. Was it in the end when Gege was just like throwing shit at the wall? Was that then? Bonnie can reverse the robot's age? What is this relevant to? Lowest tiers of high tier organizations are stronger than the high tiers of most organizations. Weakest God Knight is likely still. Yeah, no, I agree with that. But what I'm saying is that like there's no doubt, right? Like we can't sit here and say the like Kid's crew versus the Gorosei. Kid loses, right? Like, and they're strong, right? Kid's a strong pirate, one of the top pirates. We meme on him, still top pirate. But if he versus the Gorsei, he'd probably lose. Um, but what's it called? The Inkling being the reliant part, the trickle down, right? The Gorsei being reliant on their forms rather than being strong themselves. Like they all showed hockey just in their forms. So it's like weird. And then they're not like good besides Venus, I guess. They're not like good combatants, right? They're not like even like battle IQ wise, they're not good combatants. Does the design of Killingham remind you a bit of Stronger Babe Pluto? That's how I know. Even when you troll me and you say that no one likes me, that's how I know you really do like me. You brought up Stronger unprompted like that. Does Killingham remind me of Stronger, the character that's probably, if not the greatest infiltrator of all time? You guys wondering who the strongest person on Blackbeard's crew is? It is Stronger. Ooh, shocker. Go watch that video. It's a fan favorite. That's for sure. Yeah, I mean Oda went with a goofy look, so curious what he does with that. Which is funny because he's had like many variations of a giraffe, and I say giraffe because Kirin is giraffe in Japanese. So like, what's it called? Like, Kaku is the Kirin man, the giraffe man. And when Oda drew the giraffe, it was really silly. He became like a pasta machine, right? And when he draws the giraffe that Stussy had to milk, I think it was like a normal giraffe. And then he draws Killingham, and it's like this goofy looking thing. And it's like he can draw, like Kaido's thing was a more serious one. So there's a very distinct goofy nature about it that's very, he made Kaku's giraffe silly without making it look silly, right? So it's interesting. Let's see. If you're down, I can hop in. Oh wait, did Sai message? Oh, Sai messaged that an hour ago. Oops. Let me put my headphones in. See, normally what I do is I sit in the group, the room, and then Sai can hop in whenever if he's available. And I didn't do that this time. I didn't do this time because I was so like looking at all these other things. Let me see. Let me pull this up. It's not kind of, yeah, cool. I'll just hop in. Sai might not come. I just assumed he wasn't gonna come because I didn't want to keep him from his family. But yeah, there we go. And then Sai shows up, we'll hear him. That's my bad. We're also almost like done anyways. So it's up to Sai. Let me see. Oda's been doing one too many Hakoku sovereignties. I have a new agenda. Luffy, Zoro, Hakoku. I can already see it. Zoro's gorilla arms. Luffy. Oh yeah. I mean, they did that against the Aqua Laguna, right? In technic that basically a Hakoku sovereignty. It makes no sense that a punch and a sword slash ends up with a circular like hole in a wave, right? So that's basically Hakoku. It is interesting. He's been doing too many Hakokus. But also that's kind of what I expected in terms of like the Giants. Like we're just gonna keep, like I was literally saying, now at this point the monsters are cooked because Dorian Brogy are just gonna rain down Hakokus. But yeah, let me see. Uh, 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 what's it called? No, the guy who could summon monsters used a Kirin against Toji. Oh. Wait, the guy who can I mean, I'm forgetting his name right now, but he did? I don't remember that. Oh, wait, maybe actually, no. I think I'm remembering now. Par hates I confirmed. Yeah, that was my bad. I should have had the Discord open here. I actually damn. I just didn't. That's my bad. Yeah. Ghetto. There you go. The friend. Um, which island would you like to fight in war? Skypiea for me. Really miss my boy Wiper. Not Skypiea. I'm afraid of heights. One of the casualties of Skypiea ended up falling from the Sky Island straight to Alabasta, bro. I am not fighting in Skypiea. I'm fighting in Sabaody. I feel like Sabaody's great. Um lot of distractions, lot of playroom bubbles. You could jump on bubbles. I feel like Sabaody would be really good Super Smash map. I feel like it would be like what's his face? That one Mario Princess Peach place that has like things flying up and then like a bubbly background. Um Hakoku's a blade technique. Yeah, it is interesting though because like it is interesting because I agree, but also like Luffy picks up a blade like he's Nika, like Nika has been holding a blade in most depictions, and then he just like wills it. I don't know, you know. I do, and I said this earlier. I do want to see. I think we're gonna get more combo attacks. I think Oda, in a way, right? Because he had Sanji and Zoro combo fight, but it wasn't like a combo attack, right? Like they had this named like each one throughout the thing, and then King and Queen, whatever. But like I feel like in a world where Oda ends One Piece sooner, he would have done combo attacks, and I feel like combo attacks are also like a great way for the weaker Straw Hats to, you know, I get the anime trope also of like 1v1s and like, but the thing is like it's been so stretched out with One Piece that like we've almost forgotten the weaker trio and their how they fight and whatever. In a real like in not in a real fight, but like in a concerted effort fight, right? Not something that's not disrupted, like one chapter, you know, like oh, like now they're confronted, you know. Uh but like Brook and Zoro having a combo attack swordsman, that'd be sick. Uh just other things would be sick. I wouldn't be surprised. Um they were captains of the crew, so I don't see why not. Um Conquers to do it, no. Uh I'd I feel like sure, but like I wouldn't be mad if it wasn't. Could just be Rio. This might be old to you, but chapter 761, Doflamingo says that if he had the OPOP when he went to Maradroit, he could have made use of the treasure there and seized the true power. Right after he mentions the personality switching surgery. Yes. Yeah, we've talked about that a few times. What are you relating that to here? Um let's see. Thanks, people are talking about Stussy. Luffy Straw Hat and KCD. What's KCD2? King. No. Wait, Luffy Straw Hat and what? I'm not good at acronyms. I'm terrible at them, especially when I should know them. Luffy uses Zoro as a sword like Shamrock has his service dog. That's fun. Yes, wait, King. Wait, I was right? On what? The treasure is a body of very powerful individual, something like an ancient weapon. Oh, that the treasure is a body of a very powerful individual. Yeah, there's a world. I think a lot of people think that like Doflamingo meant Emu's body, right? Like there's that. Emu's a vessel, kind of thing. Came propped up along that line again. Um Doflamingo's line is interesting because it was almost so early in not early, like you acknowledge it too, it's so old that like I'm not saying Oda changes what he meant, right? But what he's saying there is like adjacent to the Straw Hats, adjacent to like the main story, where Oda could shift what he meant originally. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying that like he may revive the Doflamingo train. Like it might be that things that he says now regarding Doflamingo, like Doflamingo re-enter the story, it might give us a lot more information and direction that we couldn't really pick up beforehand. Um, but there's also a world, and I also say that with like the Opie Opie no Mi in the first place, right? Opie Opie no Mi was put on a character that Odin didn't think that was gonna be like that popular and be in the story. So there's foresight, there's planning that Oda has, and then there's also like serendipity. And Law's character, unironically, is one of the best examples of that. He put that fruit on a character that he did not think was going to be that popular and that important, and kind of wrote him into the story more due to that reality, right? So then it makes you wonder, like, are the things related to that important? Sure, could be, especially in like Oda could use hindsight to make things more important. But there's also stuff like going back and looking at the details surrounding them. It's a question mark, because remember at that time that was the same, almost in the same breath, where you find out the Opie Opie no Mi is worth 5 billion berries, and it's like, what? Why? And then they just drop it. They're like, oh, some dude ate it, and then he wants to work with us, and we don't do anything really about it, but it was worth 5 billion. And this is apparently a fruit that like reasonably can be used to, like, I don't know, hijack something in Marriage-Wa, including the sacred treasure. It's very interesting regarding the Opie Opie no Mi law, all that stuff. I mean, he's a D-Clan. Oda did give us his full name, you know, later with the water. So it is interesting. It is interesting. Gunko for Straw Hat? No. Gunko for Brook fan? Yes. Gunko for Oda's way to tell the reader you can be a fan of something, or you can be a fan of the art and not the artist, maybe, you know? Sacred is interesting. Yeah. I remember looking back at the wording for it too, and I think it is an odd standalone word. Um Not going to answer what I think emu is, but members do know to a certain extent. That kind of stayed the same. I've changed a little bit on what emu might represent, um, especially with the mural. Hmm. Kid was supposed to be Dofi's backstory, but since Law was more popular than Oda switch it. I don't know if is that true. I don't know if that's true. We just don't know like when Oda decided to like I would imagine everything past Dressrosa, like maybe that was supposed to be kids stuff, you know? Like maybe like even kids aesthetic, Oda bringing Kid to Elbaf. I think maybe it makes sense that maybe after Dressrosa and the fact that he brought Kid there, that Kid was supposed to be after Dressrosa, but Law was so popular that Oda has tied in the, because like Law said many of times that toppling Doflamingo was the goal, and then obviously he already knew Kaido's beyond that. Luffy wanted to beat Kaido, and Luffy, I mean, Law was like, yeah, that's the full operation, right? But in a world where Rosinante was the inspiration, you know, he wanted to topple Doflamingo. Oda could have wrote it in that like he stopped there. We get some stuff. Law comes back into Wano in a different way than, you know, how Kid did. But it was at the end of Dressrosa that Oda had Kaido drop in on Law. I mean, not Law, on Kid, and then that was technical introduction, right? So it is interesting. But I think that Oda could have wrote it both ways. Um, because it feels like Kid was more of an end game, like lodestar, magnetism. Like he's so related to the end of the world, or like the end of times, or like the creation of the world and his power and all that stuff. But video is wait, what video is what really is emo? I don't remember. I disconnected from the vision. A long time ago I leaked it to Zonin, so in my members only is only for members because I never edited the video. That was technically Beatles Part 3 leaked out when Beatles Part 2 never even came out. So but yeah, that's the video. I kind of said what I thought emu was basically in that video for the members, but I never made the video for it. Not because I didn't believe in it. It's to the point where 2 years later Sai made a video like supporting that, and when he made the video he was just like, hey, like, do you have plans on releasing that video? I'm like, nah, it's fine, just post the video. I'm sad. And he's like, damn, it would have been nice, because he did me a solid in terms of like there was some details that I left out, not left out, that I told him that he left out, that if he brought up in his video it was helped a lot more, but he was just like, oh man, but you told me this like in confidence, now I feel bad bringing in a video. I was like, nah, it's fine, just do it. I don't know, who knows with life. But yeah, so I did that. So shout out to Sai. I'll have to rewatch it. Yeah, it's a fun one. Do you have any thoughts on Killian's white cloak yet? No. Didn't really have thoughts on that. Let's see, is Killian here? Where is he? I mean, he's here. I know that. We saw that, but where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It's right here, right? Right above. You're talking about the Hagoromo scarf, right? No, no idea. No idea. Maybe it just means that like he's meant, like he's the destined, like he's the joy boy of the Kirin. You know what I mean? It could be that. Let me see. Let me see. Think it's I think I got to do all the super chats. I don't think Sai's coming. That's my bad. So apologies for that, but do want to thank you guys for hopping in on a Thursday, a little bit later. We do have a stream next week. Again, Eden Bark to those who are celebrating. I'm gonna go. I hear my son running around, so that was a good reminder to go upstairs. Also kind of tired, but also gonna get some stuff done. Long day today and tomorrow. But yeah, hope you guys are doing well, and hope you guys stay safe. We got another knock up stream next week. Hopefully, content coming soon. Very, very soon. Maybe we gotta get a poll started, like when will Par drop the thing, and then whoever's right. Whoever, no, I couldn't do that. I was gonna say like merch. Technically still have merch, but yeah. Yeah, so peace out, guys. Thank you for tuning into the knock up stream, and thank you again for all the support. And